Hey guys, and welcome to the stream. Sorry, it's a bit of a mess. Things are looking a bit different on my screen at the moment. Yeah, they're looking quite different. Yeah. I'm hoping that certain things work differently, but apparently they're still working the same way. Yeah, we'll have to. I'll have to see what's happening. I mean, point me. I don't want to bother you guys with what's happening. So we got several things today. We're gonna be looking at your tactics today on the stream. Yeah. We got a few tactics that have come in, and we might have a few more tactics coming from you guys. We're gonna share those very soon. Just checking to see everything is okay. I'm gonna put some links up on the stream soon for you guys if you wanna pop in your tactics. Yeah, just let me put the links in now. Okay, that's the first set of links I've gone through. Yeah. Definitely will have to do something about this because I was trying my best to create an AI chatbot. An AI chatbot that will talk to you guys, will chat with you guys and challenge you guys with certain stuff. I'm still trying to make it work. It didn't seem to work. I've got the keys to the AI. I've got the AI running on my machine, so I know I can do it with the machine. I'm just trying to get it through so that you guys can use it as well. Yeah, so welcome to the stream. Yeah, we're gonna have some tactics coming soon. Hopefully you guys can when you get the tactics, it'll be cool. We shall see what kind of tactics you guys have, and we shall be using or playing with some of these tactics. Yeah. I know my head's all over the place. I'm doing multiple things at the same time. I'm wondering why the settings don't stay on my computer. They keep shifting, or rather, things that I wanna. I don't know why, but this thing doesn't set. Every time I start my stream, it disappears. Yeah. Okay. So okay. Here we've got some tactics. Let me just download them. We got downloading too. The link is in chat already for you guys. Who knows? I might try setting up the AI thing while I'm live. You know, you guys can watch me try it. Because there's a few things I want to do with that AI personality. I've created an AI personality which is very much Joey-like. But the challenge is actually getting it to work on the stream. Yeah.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, Godspurs, how are you, man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, how are you guys doing? Okay, we got 2 tactics in. The usual suspects have sent them in. So let's go to. I'm good, man. I'm okay. Not too bad. Usual. Okay, select the folder. Extract it into the folder. Take a look at the tactic. We had some tactics last week, so we got some new ones. Control 411 is the first one. Interesting looking tactic. I think we're gonna use change the skin right now. I think we're gonna use the Tato skin. Because the Tato skin, everything's on the skin, so we don't really have to worry. It all comes in and it puts things in. So I'm pretty annoyed that I couldn't get the AI to work. Yeah, there's an AI tool that I'm putting on stream, right? I've been toying with it for a while. And I was still toying with it until the stream started, and I thought to myself, why don't I just let it run? It didn't really work. So that's why the stream was delayed. Okay, so okay, let's go on holiday. I still like this skin a bit more because all the information is on the skin. So I don't really need to click another tab. I mean, I like the colors in the work the spaces skin, but when I go to the tactic page, it's like I have to tap on 4 different things just to see everything in one go. So that's the only thing that I don't really like. Yeah. Okay, so we got the tactics. We got this this tactic, the first one, right? So looks good. I mean, this is a safe 4-1-4-1. The Carrillo is gonna help with the left side building up play. The AP here is going to be attacking the space. The white midfielder doesn't have any particular instructions. So whoever you play here, you got to look at the attributes most of the time. DLP, and then we got 2 central defenders. I mean, the tactic as a whole, it's a simple tactic. It's pretty straightforward. So let's look at Christiansen. Yeah, concentration, composure. He's going to get forward whenever possible. Okay, I mean, mid block again, good compression. This team will play the offside, tighter space, shorter passing, moving the ball around. Okay, look at his tactic alone, right? When I see this, it tells me only one thing. It tells me that the team is expected to. It generally tells me that there's gonna be a lot of patience in the build up. When you say it like this, you better have a team with good composure. So let's see how this tactic performs. Now, once again, the link is in chat. I just popped the link in. So if you guys want to try it out. Now, I will be streaming in the mornings. I mean, which is like 10 hours ago or 12 hours ago. This morning, I just happened to... It's a hell of a way to live, man. It's like 5 hours, 6 hours of sleep a day. Stuff. Get the kids before. After that, go and do stream, and then after that, still go to the gym, because you have to keep going to the gym. That's me, at least. Once I stop going to the gym, it's bad for me. Yeah, it's like I'm one of those guys that needs to keep working out. If I don't, I go into a bad space. All right, so we're gonna watch this on extended will be fine. Once again, the tactics are 4-1-4-1, right? 4-1-4-1. It's a mid-block tactic, which means that they're gonna wait for the team to. They start their press in midfield. That's basically a mid-block. Okay, so it's in the middle third, because you gotta divide the pitch into 3 zones. This is the final third, this is the middle third, and this is the lower third. So that's where they press. Is this link good? Shows me FM23 box. I'm just clicking it right now to see where that link takes me. It's taking a while though to open it up. It should be just a link to the tactic. I wish I could show you the box. But I'm streaming. Usually it works, but I'm just gonna make sure that there's a opening Dropbox on another machine now. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is a different account. Okay. Yeah, it keeps giving. We're gonna have to change that. Phenomenal. Come here. Hear me, yeah? Copy the link. Control C. Let me go to my stream deck. The number of places I have to fix things in. Okay. All right, let's close this and open it up again. All right, let's see if I get the thing showing me the right. All right, this link should be different. Yeah, this is the correct link. Use that. For some reason, I don't know why the thing had gone to the old link. Yeah, shouldn't be showing you the 23. So this tactic is a mid block. So we're gonna have to expect the pressing to be around here. You can see the press starts here. It's where the block is gonna start operating. They'll be led by the striker first. Yeah, then opens up the space. So that's one of the reasons why I'm very careful about this instruction. This. I don't want too many players sometimes reacting to a mistake. And if you set it to 0, the players will still do their pressing. Okay, not too bad. Shot from range. These are all set pieces from my library. So they're not yours because when you upload a tactic, it won't give you my set. You won't be using your set pieces. So mine are the crazy set pieces. Yeah, so you can see how he steps out the ball in the air. That's because of your rolls and the gap, right? So you can see the gap. And that's also largely down to the other thing that we have. This higher defensive line. This will cause this to happen. So if you have a really high defensive line, you don't want your defenders to step out. You better make sure that your defenders have got good jumping reach if you play high defensive lines. It's great because they will step out, plus they will try and win the ball. But that's exactly what has happened here. I'm not saying it's bad. I'm just saying that you have to be aware of all this when you put it in. Yeah. Okay. All right. So that was not too bad. Christiansen is probably doing bugger all in this game. He's up here, there. You can see him. He's just linking up lane. That's all. I mean, this is one role that can change in the game, I guess. You can play him as an inverted winger as well. But here, there are a lot of options because the reason why he's doing this, I think, is to give the AP more things to do. Yeah. So he doesn't have to... the AP has got more room, and as he goes exploring this area, this guy, he's just holding on to the area. He can also be a defensive winger with higher closing down, so he becomes a bit more defensively orientated. That covers for the role. I think that's also another option that you can use. Other than that, there's a lot of composure that you need in this tactics. You can see they keep moving the ball about. There's a lot of short passing. They get into the area. This is a tactic that lives off things like low crosses. Do we have that? No. Okay, so low crosses into ball box can also work, right? In this tactic. So there are several things you can change. I would leave. Once again, this instruction, this higher defensive line is going to make your backline step up because you've got a mid block. So you want to make sure that your players have, this group is smart. As in, they got good jumping reach, positioning, anticipation, and concentration. Right. So this is the qualities that you need in the back line. Right. So this back line is okay. It's not too bad. So far, so good. So we can. I would change this rule. I will do that. I'm not allowed to make any changes to any tactics uploaded from Discord until halftime. As you can see, the AP on attack, because of his duty, he's going to go higher. It's going to be interesting to see how this changes in FM26, because in FM26, I suspect there are no more duties. So if there are no more duties, it'll be the role that you choose. So the role that you choose will behave differently now, right? Because more attacking roles are going to have a higher initial mentality. Therefore, they have a higher initial position because of the mentality, right? So there's going to be very interesting to see. Angelino, again, there's a lot of this build-out play. It's nice. The white midfielder is just a bulk basic role. I mean, you can use that. There's nothing wrong with that role. The defending is quite good. We are playing against a team that's playing a diamond, and I don't think you are going to be in any trouble with this tactic if you're playing diamond formation against diamond formations. Once again, you see what I mean? You know, there's going to be a lot of short passing. So you want a team to have good composure. So far, so good. I mean, there's nothing untoward. I mean, I wouldn't change this tactic. You know, it works. It works. Busting a nut to these tactics. How are you, man, Absoni? Welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. What does it mean? Composure, 12 is a minimum. Yeah, I would say that you want 12 as a minimum for composure. I wouldn't have it too low. Like for top tier teams, right? You want it to be. When I say top tier, I'm talking about clubs that are playing in top flight football. Yeah. Okay, that means the top leagues you have. There, I think that you really need that player to have players in that at that tier. You really want them to have at least 12. Yeah, 12 is the top minimum I would expect. Okay, so we done okay. I mean, looking at the goals, he did do badly, and first half was pretty solid. So I'm kind of expecting the team to perform really well if it's a good team. So what we're going to do is we're going to make a substitution after. I'm going to take this guy off. I'm just going to randomly put somebody here. Let's find a person that will play this guy. You know, since he can play left and right. We don't know what he's. Yeah, he's always basic player. Okay. All right. So we're going to change his role to defensive winger. Just for the fun of it. See what he brings to the table. So I think that this role can change in so many ways because this AP, but because we want this AP flying, right? This AP is actually flying up into this position, which is great. I mean, this guy is attacking from a deeper position. We don't really want him to be too high up the pitch. Then we have a big gap when we're defending. And when that happens, right, this guy is always going to be coming back. So what we really want this guy to be doing is stay behind and make sure that you're available for him, this player, to pass the ball to. That's all. Right. So we don't need things like let's see where he is positioned. He's positioned in a nice spot now. So the AP is forming the line, and good, we got in. Yeah, it's great. I like this tactic. It's nice. You used to watch my YouTube videos ages ago. Glad you're still going. I am glad I'm still around, man. I'm still here. I still do content for you guys. When FM26 comes around the corner, my streams are really going to be devoted to the ins and outs of the game. I will probably have longer form content going on BTN, the other channel, Bustthenet. That will be like playthroughs will be going there as well. Some playthroughs will be coming here. And yeah, I want to focus on the game because there's going to be a big learning curve, and I think we can all learn together, I think. Hey, you think I know the game inside out? Oh, wait. New UI. I think it's just a new UI. They haven't really... I doubt SI is really going to change the game so much that it becomes... oh my God, I've got to relearn the game. Oh, no, I don't think so. The fundamentals of football still are the same. Look at it. I haven't done much, right? I just changed the role, and you can see that the tactics still plays almost the same way. Yeah. That's it. I think that role, that position can be a defensive winger. I would probably play a defensive winger there because then you are going to have a lot more going for you. Now, how wide did we concede a goal here? Okay, see this gap? So he has to step up, right? So when he steps up, there's going to be problems. So this guy is in this position. Okay. So he steps up. When he steps up, we have a problem there. And the gap opens up. And he gets in. Now this could be fixed by two things. One, better defender. Okay. Two, a better holding midfielder. Because in our tactic, I know Cristiante isn't the fastest in the world. So it's only 6 for aggression and 10 for acceleration. Now, if I put this player here, we probably won't have the same problem. So this position is very important in your tactic. It's pretty much UI, I'm guessing. I think it's more than just UI. There's going to be a new workflow. Workflow, meaning that we have to come to terms with how to make the tactics now. Because I think they're going to change certain things about how tactics are created. Because the common refrain has always been, it's about downloading tactics and playing the game, right? I've been one of the players have been saying that for a long time. I mean, I'm going like, yeah, it's just download a tactic and rinse, repeat, the kind of thing. So I guess now you're going to have to think in terms of a defensive and an attacking formation. So there is going to be a bit more to that. But they're not going to make it too complicated, because then it becomes very difficult for the AI. Yeah, so we'll wait and see. The thing is, you might be right to a point. It's going to be a new UI and coming to terms with the UI. And that's how I see it as well. Coming to terms with a new UI. But the UI isn't like, we change the skin. It's going to be workflow related. It's going to be a whole, so it's like me, I am always, when I play these games, right, I'm always looking at the most efficient way of getting from point A to point B. I don't like to take too many steps. That's the way I play games. And that's been the way I played games my entire life. All right. There are times when I like to play games in a different way. That's because I like to suffer. For want of a better word. Yeah. I like to make it hard for myself. So with double wingers, modern take. Okay. All right. Modern take on, Chapman. I see you're playing a WM or a MW, depends which way you want to look at it. But this is basically an M. But because these guys go up, it becomes like a W, right? Yeah. All right, so that's what it means. So this one, you had to expect these guys to be higher, but it's not really a WM. A lot of people make tactics that is calling it WM, but I don't see it that way. Yeah, for me, for it to be a true WM, it's gonna have to be like there's got to be two wide players and a central striker. That's the way I look at it. I mean, lots of people have different ways of approaching this, I guess. I'm not saying it's right or wrong, but definitely can work. The IFB definitely works here. Ball India definitely works here. Definitely works here. I'm telling you, this tactic works. Okay, roam and move into channels are the only things you need here. Two wingers on support, you got it right. Yep, it works. I don't even need to play this. The only problem in this tactic, right, is going to be these two guys and funneling play up. That's it. So you can funnel play up, but you've done it with the underlap, which is the way I would have done it. Yeah. And the other thing you can do, you could add focus play, but you haven't. But I don't think that's the end. That's going to be a problem. Yeah. Again, here, all you got to do is make sure that let's just play the tactic. I think it works. You guys are so good now at making tactics. I'm just loving every moment of the Discord conversations that you guys have. You make those tactics and you just go like, okay, I feel like doing this today, and the next thing you know, you guys whip it up. It's so different from what it was, our Discord was like, or what the community was like maybe in 2017, right, when I first started the Discord channel. So now I see a lot of differences. Okay, what is it? Do we need him in defense? No way, man. Where's Mancini? Oh shit, he's injured. Okay, now we'll see what it's like when this guy is in defense. Oh my god, God help us all, man. This is going to be a tough one. Okay, what do you need from their lone defender is anticipation, concentration, positioning, passing, composure, agility, balance. Basically, this guy is gonna have to be damn good at moving the ball around and also staying on his feet. So he's a one-man machine. It can work. I know it can work because I've done it already. I've done this version of the tactic. One of the few I created. I think it's on the Discord folder. I created one WM and I created one more the Hungarian tactic as well. The one that that team used in God knows when, long time ago in a land far, far away. The Hungary tactic. What was it called? The Magnificent Magyars, I call it, something like that. Made some really strange tactics, but that's because positional play is doing us a lot of favors in Football Manager 24. Again, not too much. I see. The thing about this tactic, all you got to worry about when you set tactic up like that, right, is how am I carrying the ball forward? That's it. So you only got to, because you're only playing with three at the back, right? Some people might say, oh my God, you're going to lose. I've done this many times and it works. I've tactics where there's only one DM here. So if you want to make this work, one of the things you can do is ensure that you have focused play. So pay attention to whether you need more players moving to the left or the right in transition. That's it. Pay attention to where you lose the ball. That's really important. So you're looking at things like passing network diagrams. So if you have this kind of network diagrams in your tactic, they will help you a lot. So what you can do while you're playing the game, just take a look at this and see whether you got passing networks, meaning your IFBs can pass the ball and who can they pass the ball to? Do you need focus play? Now at the moment it looks like it's okay. See, the defensive midfielder moves to the side of the focus and we can still move the ball. See what I mean? And we get up the pitch, we get in. So what is the instruction that you're probably gonna help us here as well? I would say that work ball into box will help us. If we don't need to play out from defense, it's too dangerous, this tactic, but if it plays out from defense. So you don't want them to drop too deep, the DMs especially, because your DMs are your outlet. You can see that. So these two guys are the wider players. They're not really seeing much of the ball, right? Look at this roll, number 7 is dropping too deep. So we got 4 and we got 52. So these two guys are really deep, but this 7 is dropping tremendously deep, right? So that would mean that our Pellegrini, he's roaming quite deep to these players. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove this defend duty and put him on support. He can still hold position. This guy is trying to win the ball high up the pitch. It's fine. So we're going to do, I'm going to add the 2 focus instructions. Okay. And I'm going to shift us higher up the pitch. Positive mentality just increases, is short passing. Now, counter press is going to be a massive help for us. It'll help us keep possession of the ball if we do lose it, right? So we win the ball back. Pellegrini, he tried a through ball straight away. All right, do you have player or defense? You do, right? Okay, I'm removing that. You see, player or defense or DMs drop so deep. I don't need player or defense. In this kind of tactics, right, aggression is really important because your front group is the one that's doing a lot of the hard work, and they just went through our front group. None of them put in a tackle, Dybala. Now taking Dybala off. He's not doing anything. His aggression is nice, bravery is nice. So you can't afford this kind of this kind of tactics. They all need players that can actually do the work. This aggression, his bravery. Okay, I mean he has got something there, better than nothing. Pressing forward, we're just gonna turn him into an advanced forward. I don't need a poacher here. I mean this guy's gonna pin the defenders back. Okay, we just do that. And then with the pressing advance forward, it becomes a focal point of attack. So attacks are going to move up the pitch much faster. Tempo, normal tempo or higher tempo. You want the ball to get up the pitch. So that's much better. So you're this kind of top heavy tactics, very player dependent. You cannot afford low aggression and low bravery. That's it. Low work rate. So all go to everything goes to hell. Especially if we're doing something like this, a top-heavy system like this. So we had struggled because Dybala wasn't helping us defend here. So the ball just went all the way down the pitch. The other thing we can do, and this is the reason why I specifically play with this role in these kind of systems. I play with AP all the time. I never play AM. I want the player in the middle to see the ball because he is the one that's going to be able to switch play left and right. Now you're not doing that. You don't have somebody in the center doing that at all. Your AP is going to be it's going to be a great role for this tactic. So you want to look at using an AP instead of just going AM. Don't play AM in this. Use the AP. The 2 roles in the center can even be ball winning. Both of them can be, these 2 can be a grunt players. So instead of DLPs, you can turn them both into ball winning midfielders. So what happens here? This guy's going to start winning the ball higher up the line. Right, okay. They're not going to worry about, they're going to have a bigger area of coverage. You know? They're going to just start high up the pitch as well. I have a 4-2-4, 4-4-2. I've used ball winning midfielders, twin ball winning midfielders many times. It's not an issue. Got an equalizer. So you had double ball winning midfielders in the center. It's like this. It's much better than a DLP holding position. Ball winning. You're playing a tactic which has got like it's got a lot of players in front. So why do you sacrifice one player by? I mean, this is a good enough a rest defense. 3 of them. That's enough. Right. So just get roles to support that front foot attack of yours. An AP in the center is going to do much more damage than just an AM. Yeah. If you play with the AP, you're going to do much better. So twice now, we won higher up the pitch. And we are also playing on a positive mentality. The difference is going to make the right kind of wingers in this tactic is going to make a huge difference. Because if you play wingers with low aggression, your tactic is dead in the water. Anytime you play a top-heavy tactic, you need high aggression. Don't ever play a 4-2-3-1 with 2 wingers with low aggression. You want a really good system, make sure they both have high aggression. Because there's no reason why our team could not beat Slovan Bratislava. But we were down by a goal just now. So when we start playing higher up the pitch, it's a difference. We start playing differently. So you absolutely will need players with the right attributes for such a system to work. The other thing you can do with this kind of tactics, right, is let's say okay, I'm gonna do this now. Standard defensive line. We're leading, right? We don't want to lose the game, right? Okay. Tempo highest. Okay. And I'm not going to pass into space now. And I'm going to not counter at every opportunity. I'm not going to counter press. You want to see what happens? Last 5 minutes. Backline doesn't move too high up the pitch anymore. Yeah. Backline won't move, no. No, this is not player or defense. It's just goalkeeper kicking the ball long. Let's watch that. So you can distribute. You can distribute, right? To flanks with this tactic as well. Yeah. Or I definitely don't think there's a necessity to play. Like, okay, here we have distribute fullbacks, distribute center backs, and distribute fullbacks, right? So what happens when that kind of situation is you will see these guys come close and these guys drop. So I think that what you only need is DLP on sub. Or I just went ball winning midfielder and turn this guy to AP on S. This role should be an advanced ball. You basically want the ball to get from back to front really quickly. All right. Hey, Midoriya, how are you, man? Welcome to the stream. So, say it out loudly. How are you? Jomeko, long time no see, man. Welcome back to the stream. Hope you guys are well. So, set up like that. You might have more fun. And you don't need player defense all the time. You can add focus play for better resilience, better ball movement around the flanks. Because your primary source of attack is actually going to be here, not here. Here, because we have AP at Rome, right? So what happens when you do focus play? The AP will end up in these positions doing deep diagonals, which is very dangerous. And so he becomes like the player that will probably end up here swapping positions with this winger and doing a deep diagonal, comes over here, does a switch positions with this winger, does a deep diagonal. So many variations of this that you can make. But this can work. I know it can work. But for you to make it work, right, this guy, absolutely important. Aggression for 1, 2, 3, all need to be mentally solid. Aggression, bravery, aggression, bravery. If you don't have aggression and bravery for any of these positions, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, goodbye to you, good luck to you. This tactic will never work. Yeah. I mean, it probably can work in some cases, but you want it to work all the time, right? So, all right, so we got some more tactics coming in. We got Roma, Midoriya, 4-2-4, and wow. Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, that's the link. Can you guys upload the tactics again? Because this is not the folder. This is from Discord. So okay, so we got these tactics. And I will take a look at the other tactics soon. Okay, so I'm gonna take the Discord tactics out as well. This is one. All right. Discord will be this one. So let's look at this tactic. This is a 3-1-3-3. What's that? Inverter wing back. Interesting. AP move to channels. Winger, winger. Okay. Low crosses, probably not something I would add in this, but yeah, let's see how it works. Okay, let's go. How does a player get hurt when he's not in the team? Okay. Let's see this tactic. All right. Quickly positive. Prevent shot kicker will step up more, invite cross. Probably not a good idea in a back five. Yeah, I wouldn't do that in a back five. Reason being, invite crosses makes you narrower. Yeah. So these guys probably they'll start tucking in instead of going out early. So they got even more work to do. So let's see what they do, right? Okay. So as this ball comes in, look at him. So this guy keeps going back. So he might hold his position. If you want him to do that, then okay, stick with it. But I probably would not use that instruction. But I'll keep an eye on that in case your inverter wingbacks stop being proactive in defending. Then you might want to consider changing that. That's something that I would definitely consider changing. So back fives and like something like this is very, very bottom heavy. So actually taking a lot out of your midfield attacks as well. So especially if you start winning the ball at the back, then you got to think about how you going to get the ball to these two guys who are on attack duty, because they're not coming back. They're going to be they're waiting for somebody to bring the ball up to them. So who's doing it for you in this tactic? So that's the reason why we are struggling right now. We can't, because this tactic will struggle to get the ball up the pitch. So backfire systems where you do this, they're gonna have an issue. So you got these three defenders. It's the reason why I say that if you want a three-man backline, I'm probably looking forward to watching you play FFF probably by just after I seen you play. I think it'll be more. Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah, I'm definitely going to be playing it when I get a chance to. So you can see right now, you want three-man backline. Why don't you play a back four? You can still get a three-man backline with the libero. It becomes your third defender. But you see what's happened here. Your three are here jammed in the middle. The inverted wingbacks are one of the worst roles in the game. So what you end up doing is you jam yourself up in the center, and then look at your width. It's so narrow. So your players are even closer together. And then remember what you did. When you don't have the ball, you want them to tuck inside. You don't want them to go out wide. So that becomes another issue. So then your shape is extremely narrow. You struggle to get the ball up the pitch because every time you do, your three players are so jammed in the middle, they hardly move. And you got an anchorman, so they're just going to get the ball up the pitch with their numbers that you are not committing anything forward. So these four guys not receiving the ball, you can tell by looking at the passing diagrams, right? So I'll show it to you in a bit. Yes. Oh man, too fast. So we got to drop this now so I can see it. Okay. There we go. He gets the ball. He's got no support, man. Look at the passing network diagrams. This guy and this guy, I mean, they are seeing the ball, but there's nothing is going to, hardly anything is going towards the center. So they're struggling to, do anything with the ball. I mean, one can argue is Dybala. Dybala is useless. I mean, anybody comes to me and tell me Dybala is useless. Dybala is good, like, in positions where he doesn't really matter, I guess. Pellegrini in the middle, we'll drop him here. Anchorman, probably don't need an anchorman in this tactic. It's already so defensive. Yeah. You got two wide center backs. I'll probably turn these guys into inverted wing backs on attack. No point keeping them back because then you need them to push out the pitch since you got these two guys here. I probably remove this. Probably remove this as well. Step up more, maybe. Keep it up. Shorter, probably mix it up. And then I'll probably use a bit more. Yeah, we want the ball to go down the flanks. There's no through balls through the middle, this tactic. We can pretend all we like, but there's not many through balls through the middle. So we want the tempo to be faster. And we'll probably add run and defense to this tactic. Okay. All right, now we got these three guys going up the pitch. They're going to attack from the middle. And then we got these two wingers on attack. Now, I still want to change these two roles, actually. Winger on support and winger on support. Okay. Cut inside with the ball. You got these two guys coming. So, if you want to cut inside with the ball, all you need to do is don't play a player with a right foot on the left and a left foot on the right. I guess we got to play him, Yeah, left foot on the right. That's all. So you play a player on the flank opposite his preferred foot. I'm not a big fan of so many players at the back. I'm not saying that this will make it work any better. I'm just suggesting that I will probably ditch this formation in a heartbeat. I wouldn't hang on to it. No. Yeah, this is got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So many players defending. I'm trying to get these guys up the pitch, man. There we go. Now it's up the pitch, and we still can't run into. We still have nobody running up. Yeah, okay. I'm actually trying to push players even higher up the pitch now. But I would ditch this. I wouldn't use this tactic. Like this guy, this DM is not gonna do much for us at the moment. Where Hussein Mawa here? He just ran right past our team. I'm gonna remove the invite cross. Step up more is okay. I'm gonna go higher up the pitch. Pass into space. I'm gonna remove right defense. Play for set piece. Okay. Those two inverted wingbacks are the problem at the moment. Yeah. They are the problem. They are without a shadow of a doubt the problem right now. Okay, if I wanted to play this tactic, right? How would I set it up? Like this one guy in the middle with 4. I mean, you want a 3-1 build out? Okay. So all I would do is I would play like this. Okay. 3-1 build out. I'll give you a 3-1 build out. Ball playing defender. Libero. This guy becomes Segundo Volante on support. And now I can take these guys and turn them into attack DPs. This guy is an inverted fullback on defense. This guy is an inverted fullback on defense. This is one way of doing it. And then these guys are told to... They are sitting narrow already. Can't inside with the ball. They're can't inside with the ball. You don't want that. This is the safe version. The other way of doing it is to play them as fullbacks on support. Then they will go up right through the middle. Now we can just do it like this. We can go through the middle. We got the players. Zaki Chelik is not the DM. Oison Loriente. I think Loriente sounds like he's a DM. Yeah, he's got DM. Zaki Chelik is a libero. Why not? All right, let's find out. Let's find out if he can be a libero. Okay, so I do this. We get a build out. You get watch this. The moment he shifts up, they go into a 3 straight away. Right, and then we have to defend. We can still defend on 4. And we got players in all the positions now. And then we can do that. We still have our back 3 when we are building out play. And then when we lose the ball, we protect all 4 channels. And then we are in the third now for the first time. So it's way better to... This is highly efficient. This is like efficient use of space. And I'm only defending with 1, 2, 3, 4. And these 2 guys are going up the pitch. In fact, this guy can suddenly become a roaming playmaker. Then go forward and join the guys in front. Now he's gone up, he'll form a 4. Now this guy can go and form a 5. So as we build up, play up the pitch. I mean, I'm just giving you random setup, like, different way of setting up. You can also do like a DM, and it becomes really safe. And if you wanted to go completely psychotic, you can do that too. But then it does the complete psychosis setup, which is what I wouldn't recommend this for everybody. Okay, fullback support. Now we got 2 fullbacks cutting inside, sitting narrower, playing very much like inverted wingbacks. Now they're playing like inverted wingbacks, and these guys are gonna go into the middle, right? Okay, we'll turn this. We'll try something very, very different, and then I'll do a focus play down the left. Only. No underlap on the right. Okay, so we underlap here. This guy comes in. This guy comes inside for an attack. We do a left-sided attack. Something like that. Okay, so this guy, let's just go and make him even more attacking. Okay, let's just pop it in just for the fun of it. So you can make a lot of tactics in many different ways. Now I'm only defending with 1 player. Okay, the rest defense is insane. Okay, and when we lose the ball, we drop into a 4. But it's when we have the ball that we are very attacking. So it's like when we have the ball, we are pushing up. This guy is pushing up. This guy is in this position. This guy is going to push up. So like watch what happens here, right? Okay, he gets the ball. We're still Relatively okay, you know. Then now we shift. You see what's happened? Now we have 4 players in midfield. We outnumber them already. Then we move it to the left. See where the libero has come? And now we still have a 3-man defense. Rest defense. The idea here is like, you know, when people play 3 defenders, why are coaches playing 3 defenders? It's because they want the 3 defenders, you know, they want 3 defenders at the back, right? Okay, you can get the same thing in so many other ways. And you don't need to play a 3-man back line. You can still play a back 4 and still have 3 defenders. The thing is, and a lot of these modern coaches, right, they have their 3 defenders, but they want that 1 defender to get up the pitch. Like pendulum pivot. I think the guy that did that most was the Italian, I can't even remember his name now. He was the manager of Chelsea at one point, and he was famous for that pendulum attack because he got one of the defenders to always support the attack on the side that they were going. So he was actually one of the first coaches in modern football to push the defenders higher up the pitch, because it's a common problem for these 3 defender systems, because the 3 defender systems, they need one. They got so many players defending that sometimes they don't have enough players in attack, which is the reason why many teams are playing the 4-2-3-1. They play the 4-2-3-1 and then they have 1 defender back. So you see, it was like they scored the goal so easily without, you know, imagine if you were set up like this from the moment you started playing the game. You'd have a lot of attacking options. But when you play with 3 defenders, 2 inverted wing backs, and 1 anchor man, you're basically telling your team, I only want 5 of you to be in the opponent's third when you're attacking. Now I've got, like, you know, I'm telling myself, okay, I want 3 of you back, but I want the rest of you attacking. But when we're attacking, I want you 3 to hold the defensive lines. So even here, we are holding our defensive positions relatively well, but we are very aggressive. In Football Manager, the key here is not what is the best formation, which is the problem I see for a player who's new to the game. They will ask, what's the best formation for me to use? What's the best role for me to use? Actually, it's more a case of how can you attack the space in the most efficient way possible with the players that you have. So that's how you should approach the game. So I think that tactic, yeah, it's not a good one. Yeah, I would avoid using something like this because this is just way too defensive. It won't do you any good. It's not a 3-1-3-3. This is literally taking the 3-1-3-3 and putting it in, they're taking the tactic, but this is not what they meant when managers talk about 3-1-3-3. Okay, so when managers talk about 3-1-3-3, they talk about the rest defense being a 3, them having an extra player. How would your attacking shape? See, this is it, Gizinho. How does your attacking shape look like with a 4-2-3-1? It all depends on what you want the 4-2-3-1 to look like in the attacking phase. See, if you play a 4-2-3-1, like, okay, there are so many ways it can look, right? It entirely depends on the person making the tactic. Okay, like right now, if I made it with 2 DMs on support and play like a fullback, like how, you know, you probably some Alan Pardew probably will play something like this. Okay. So CMD, okay. So he's got like 2 fullbacks, 2 central defenders, 2 DMs, and a winger. So that in attack, this tactic is very boring. It's like a 4. It goes up, and the attack is just these 3 guys in one position, these 2. Your rest defense, these guys are here. What's your rest defense? Your rest defense is probably something like this. 2-4-3-1. That's it. This is how it looks like. Okay? That's when you play with like those roles, right? Now, if I wanted my team to go into a 3-1 shape, then I'll tell this guy to become an inverted fullback, this guy to become an inverted fullback. So these guys, they're doing the rest defense. It's important to understand what rest defense actually means. Is when we have possession of the ball, when the ball goes from defense to midfield, that's when we want to set ourselves up to attack a team, right? So now, if I play like this, these 2 are going to be my outer players in the back line. So they're going to be like the defenders, right? So I tell this guy, I want him to push up libero. So he becomes the 1 now. So when my ball moves into midfield, okay, he becomes the 1. So now what the team will take this shape. Now, if I don't do anything else with these two roles, he's just going to shift up, and then these two guys are going to be ahead of him, right? So these two guys will become like two diamonds. So now I will have a setup that looks like this, okay? Like this. Something, it will look something like this. It's very hard to show it here because I can only drag them so far, right? So it's going to be slightly below here. So it's going to be like 2 DMs, okay? You're going to have 3 DMs. And you still have this shit, right? Now, if I wanted to, I want to take it one step further and I say, okay, fine, you know what? I only need one guy behind. So how do I get this guy? This is where understanding positional play is important in Football Manager. Okay. I want you to join the attacking third. I want you to join the attacking third. Boom. This guy's a libero, right? This guy will end up here. This guy will end up here. This guy will end up here. He's not a libero. So you got a 3-man backline. He moves in here. This guy getting ready to push up here. This guy getting ready to push up. Which is why this role with positional play is OP. Because it just tells these midfielders to go shift to the side of the focus. So wherever your focus is, that positional play role will move to the area even more so to give you better bite. So when you get to the final third, when you're in the midfield build-out phase, it'll look something like this. Then when in the attacking phase, it'll look like this. So it's important to understand all this when you're making your tactics. If you don't understand all this, then when you make your tactics, just hit and miss, hit and miss, hit and miss, hit and miss, hit and miss. You're hoping for the best. That's all. Right, don't make a tactic and think that this is the way it's gonna be looking like, the final third. Like here we got Ramdaughter, right? Winger. So when you do something like this, this is good, no? He's done a focus way down the left and an underlap down the left. Brilliant. You know why I like this? Because it sets very clearly, it tells the tactic very clearly, okay, when we attack, I want you to move using the left side of the pitch. When we get there, do a diagonal. So that means this player should have a right foot. Passing, try skiller balls. Okay, fine. He could actually play this position. It might be brilliant, man. Okay, then Cristante. Cristante is a terrible player for this role. We have to go on holiday and hope that he doesn't have to play. It's not a bad tactic. Quite funky. I'm not saying back 5 systems with 3 defenders are terrible. In fact, I have a back 5 system that I like. But you have to think about how they're going to attack the final third. All right, so we've got Smollett and Dika, Karsdorp, Spinazzola, this guy. We'll play Paredes instead. What we want from this guy is off the ball. Nope. Off the ball. Yep. Okay. So we want off the ball and work rate. So he goes there. All right. Now Aua, Sanchez. Okay, let's go. Poche is okay. It's okay. Invite cross. Okay. Counter. Okay. Fairly wide means you want the ball to go to the fullbacks as a priority. All right. Let's go. Okay, so as the do you have any OIs? PIs on this side? Cut inside with the ball, sit narrow. Okay. This one, nothing. This one, take more risk. Okay. BPD, nothing. RMD, nothing. Okay. I mean, on the face of it, I probably would not change too much. Yeah. Pressing forward. Okay, I know. I can see how that might help. I mean, the tactic as a whole, don't change it. It's fine. But you don't get a 3-man backline, that's all. You can still get these guys going out the pitch. Inverted fullbacks still go up. Yeah, they still go up with the underlap. It's just now your Spinazzola, it's just that you have this. The problem is now you don't have a balanced backline. That's all. You don't have a balanced backline on the left. He wants to use an RMD, not me, man. Yeah. I probably would not use a setup like this. I'll probably go IB. This Volante, okay? This guy becomes libero, pushes up. Volante pushes up. I get an extra player. Right now, I am depending on this guy getting up, but I also invariably create a weakness down my right, right, that the AI can exploit. You only need 3 guys defending no, in the game of Football Manager. That's all. You need the 3 channels covered. How you do it is up to you. Okay. But I would definitely not make one side weaker than the other too much. Which is right now what we have here. Okay. But we'll try and see. We'll see in probably get it done in a multitude of ways. Okay. Slovan Bratislava, Roma, if they don't beat them, they should just hang up their boots and cry. Okay. Slovan Bratislava are a good team, no doubt, but they're not Dinamo Zagreb level. Yeah. Slovan Bratislava probably is like Slavia Prague, the same standard. Yeah. So this is because of your focus play. Remember, our first goal that we considered came down this channel. So if they attack us this channel, we're probably going to concede another goal. Waiting for half time. I don't want to watch the Champions League. I think the Champions League draw. I mean, how many? I don't know, man. The Champions League draw. Probably the Champions League is the league for phase format, right? You don't know who you're gonna play. And I don't even know the criteria by which they decide. They should actually let the champion of the league phase, right, come in the semi-final stage of the lockout. Give it a bye. So it pays to be the champion of the league phase. That is what they should do. Yeah. So the guys get a buy all the way to the semi-finals. Why don't they do that? No, because they want to make more money, right? Man, can you imagine you with the champions of the league phase? You can actually wear that as a badge of honor. Okay, so we went through. Okay, so fine. Okay, so now I'm going to change this slightly. I'm going to turn this guy into a libero, which is like, well, everybody's probably going to wonder what. Now this guy goes on attack. And this guy becomes an inverted fullback on defense without the need to cut inside with the ball anymore. Okay. This guy is inverted wingback. So we got underlap on the left, focus play on the left. So he got to come out. Maybe volante on support. Let's not get too crazy. Okay. All right, volante on support, libero. I think Endika can be a libero, right? We figure it out along the way. Yeah, we'll just watch and see how he plays. Okay. All right, let's go. Ooh. Okay, let's go. Let's see. Now we're gonna have a 3-man back line. So, but it's they start off right. We don't have the ball. They are back 4. Oh, still a back 4. It's only when they have the ball that they swap into a back 3. See now when they have the ball, right? Look at what's happened. This is a inverted fullback. No? Look at his positioning he takes up. Look at where this inverted fullbacks end up. Exactly where you wanted them, right? They wanted them to come narrow, right? They're doing exactly that. This is why this role is OP, you know. It's extremely OP of Football Manager. Press the badge. The Champions League team tune belts out. Hopefully Benfica qualifies and we don't get them their team from Almaty. In Malay, right? In this side of the world, it called Almaty means I'll die. So this, okay, let's watch. I mean, it's on extended. We're not seeing much highlights. Okay, let's go on comprehensive. We can actually go on positive, shorter passing, high up the pitch. All the way, you know. Oh, yeah, you can play with goalkeepers taking deep free kicks. My advice to anybody who wants to play Football Manager. Still okay. We're getting the extra player. Endika is coming to Volante is a good game. Volante. Although I have to admit, Rom Daughter can, it's a... Although I will tell you this much. If I see Ram Daughter on Football Manager 26, cut off my nose, man. Yeah, I'm telling you right now, this is the most dead role of Football Manager. It is dead, man. Nobody plays Ram Daughters anymore. So SI is not going to have it. No team in the real world actually had a Ram Daughter. So I probably go inside for attack. Much better role, especially if you're gonna be doing this kind of things, because the mentality is quite good. Yeah, they are gonna attack the zone very well. So now you got a tactic that's got 3-man backline when you are building out. See, at the moment it's still 4, right? They don't go 3, no. Once they get there, they go 3. Once the midfielders get the ball. See, they're still okay. Midfielder get the ball. Okay, let's switch. We go to a 3. Look at that. We almost dance the ball all the way to goal. So my advice, if you want to do a tactic like this, there's so many permutations. The fullback on attack made our left side very vulnerable. So if you want to, just go ahead and do it. The same thing's gonna happen again. Ball playing defender. Yeah, inverted fullback. Okay. Let me see if it's a fullback on attack. No? Yeah, he's on attack. Tracotista is definitely playable because the role actually does exist. There are teams that use players as just attackers who their primary responsibility is just to attack and create chances, but they don't have any defensive duties. It's actually viable because it actually happens. Yeah, you actually see teams actually have players like that. But damn, Ramdauter, forget it. The only Ramdauter in the world, he doesn't even play like a Ramdauter anymore. Yeah. In fact, I think once the German player retires, right, so will the role. I mean, Muller is the only one that ever plays a Ramdauter in a modern game. Who else played a Ramdauter? Take your pick. And the only reason why the name got coined was because there was a phase of play Bayern Munich was playing, was brilliant, and they were doing so well one season. They were doing that. He was playing like that. After that, managers all stopped asking him to do that. So you can do this like that. You see what has happened? You see the gap that opens up now. See, these two, only one striker, most tactics, only one guy, right? So if I were you, okay, if you are ever in a situation where you are faced with a team that only plays with one striker and they're defending like there's no tomorrow, and you want to break them down, IFB, libero, ball playing defender, IFB, underlap, boom, there you go. You only have 3 players at the back. Now you have 2, right, with your back. See, with the back 4, you have 2 players defending, no? But with libero, IFB, you will have 1. So, but you're still protecting your flanks very well. But here, when the moment the fullback on attack goes forward, and if you lose the ball in that split second that you was attacking, you lose the ball, right? Then you get exposed. Which is for me the reason why I honestly think that this the IFB setup is very efficient. Okay, so next tactic. Midoriya. Dele Alli, I think Pochettino was breaking his head, hammering his head against the wall. Dele Alli was basically doing very little Dele Alli. What all that promise had. Okay, so we're gonna kick Dybala out. Dybala is no point playing him. Endika, Mancini, DLP, halfback, dropping, wing back. Okay, fine. It's a simple 4-2-3-1. I can see how this works. Wing back, driving out, taking more risk, staying wider. Inside, forward, roaming from position, winger. Yeah, it's a very attacking tactic. Yeah. Don't change it. It can work. If you're happy with it, go with it, man. I wouldn't change this tactic. I'll leave it as it is. I mean, you always got a lot of you like to play 4-2-3-1s with the orthodox shape, right? I would just go and carry on playing them. Yeah. But my advice is moving forward to think in terms of how to attack the 5th channel, because this tactic is not attacking all 5 channels. So it's not I would, from a psycho manager, like, those managers that want to dominate games and completely shut teams down, right? It's not going to do that because once again, you're defending with 6 players. So the wingback and the fullback only get up in the final third, and you still have like a box defense, right? So you don't have like a guy joining the AP, for example, here. None of these are doing it. So the wingback is going to go up. This inverted inside for is going to be like on the side. There may be some extra players, but yeah, you will do well if you have good players. But sometimes you meet a very defensive team like this, and your tactic is going to hit a roadblock because you need to put more pressure on their 5, which you're not doing with 4 players. See, they've got 5 at the back, right? And yours only gets 5 when you're camping. So whole shape becomes important for this tactic. So if I were you, I'd play like whole shape in this tactic a lot. Or at least do that, come to these instructions. When you come here, uncheck this. Don't counter at every single opportunity. So you move the ball around and be a bit more patient with your build-up. It'll be fine. Yeah, there's not enough channel attacks. You got like players getting up the pitch, but you don't have all 5 channels. Yeah, you're not ever gonna get all 5 channels because you are only attacking with the first 3, and then you only get that. You can only occupy all the channels when the back line gets up, and that is gonna only be when you see what has happened here. Now you occupy all the 5 channels. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But you see this gap here? No one is there, right? Because this guy is here. See? He has to get out the pitch, right? So, work ball into box, whole shape will help be your friend. So, that's what I mean. But, I mean, I'm not saying it's a bad thing because some teams you don't need. That's the downside, because you're not like pumping all the attacks against the opposition, so they can always score goals against you. Which is the reason why I'm an OP. I like to attack with numbers in the midfield phase with control 5 channels so that I can keep the ball and I prevent them from doing that. But if you have very good players, 4 world-class players here, I'm sure you can handle it, Our team, it should be Genoa quite handsomely, right? So I'm not expecting them. So I'm going to come in here. I'm just going to change one thing. I'm going to just drop this to old shape. Display the fullbacks as well. I'll just leave everything as it is. But work ball into box be added for low crosses. Yeah, that's it. I'm not going to run a defense just yet. But there's a part of me that wants to. Because running a defense is actually kind of good if you've got good dribblers. Then you draw teams into creating more space or committing fouls, yellow cards. See, Dybala is doing a lot of that dribbling right now, right? So I'm going to add run at defense. And low crosses allows you see, when you do low crosses, right, it allows these 2 to get up the pitch. Look at this, right? Look at where they are now. So you got the players all coming up the pitch now. So sometimes you might go like, I want to try and score a goal, right? And I have to camp. I have to put players in the area. But you will dominate, no? You can. If you have the players for this tactic, can. We haven't done anything. I have not done any like focus play and all that. No? Yeah, I don't need to. No? We're using a halfback. See, we're just camping, looking for to score goals and pressing and occupying the area. Pressing forward, I'm going to change. Since we're going to just keep the defenders occupied with a poacher, that he's going to sit on top of all the defenders. They got into a back three, right? So we need to attack this space here, pull these guys out. But we're not really doing it with too many players, right? Just this one, two. Your wingers in the inside for us are going to be superstars of this tactic. So if you have to, just make sure these two guys are really good. That's it. I'll be fine. Like, we're not changed any other roles in the tactic, right? I just left it alone. But I probably would use a pressing forward. Yeah. I like AF, poacher, and then pressing forward. I'll try all three. I like AFs a lot because the attacks will be really fast. Against some teams like that are better than me, right? Maybe I want an AF instead of anything else. I don't want to use a poacher or pressing forward. Then I'll probably go poacher. It's my second choice. I mean, pressing forwards can work, I guess. It depends on what the kind of player that you have. But all three roles can work in this tactic. My favorite is poacher. That's because I'm biased. You can see, I mean, like, yeah. It's a decent tactic. It's not bad. Yeah. Like I said, it's not controlling all 5 channels, right? I had to do that with hold shape and counter press. Hold shape and hold shape. That's the only thing I added. The tactic. So they won the game. Next tactic. Napoli. Whose tactic will it be, man? One of you or Napoli. How would you prefer to set up for 5? Like I said, you have 5 channels. What the DM's got to be a positional play role. Yeah. That's it. You want 5 channel attack. Then you get 4 players in the channel. Right? The poacher becomes the 5th channel. Yeah. So your striker is the 1 channel, and then the other 2 are coming in. You got 5 channels occupied. The only way that's going to happen is a positional play. So if you want 5 channel attack, this guy cannot be a DLP. He's going to be a volante. Then you got 5 channel. But this halfback is the problem for you because you got halfback dropping to forming a 3. Yeah. So I would definitely go volante, man. So I get my 5 channel attack. So this guy will push up. This AP will come here. This guy will come here. Then we bring the ball up. Yeah. You get a 5 channel attack. So have we done all? We done this. We done this. We done this. And I think we done Roma. No, we have not. No, we're not. This is the one that we haven't done. This tactic is fine. I wouldn't change it. It works. Yeah, it will work. I'll probably remove these 2 instructions. That's it. This is a front foot tactic all the way. Yeah. It's all dependent on players. Okay, so we're not going to use Pellegrini in the middle. We've got Tammy Abraham up here. Dybala, no, thank you. Renato Sanchez, Zalewski, Pellegrini, Cristante, and Paredes. No, we play this guy. And then, okay, let's go. Yeah. 4-2-3-1s, they work. Take more. You don't need tackle harder in the middle. I just left it there first. Yeah. Okay. Wingbacks. I think these wingbacks, I don't know if they've been told to sit narrow. Now, take more risk, dribble more, tackle harder. This is an all-out. Right? And with the instructions, I'm surprised it's on balance. But a lot of these tactics that have got this dribble more, tackle harder, a lot of them you'll notice, right? Work better if it's on balance mentality. Yeah. Because already you're telling your team to take more risks. So it's better to be on balanced mentality than to be on the higher mentalities, right? Because then you'll be even more crazy at a tactic. So better off this way. Especially when you start adding a lot, take more risk to your tactic. Set piece is nothing we can do, But like I said before, these tactics are defending with 6 players. So your rest defense is these 2, right? When you're attacking. So my rest defense, I prefer is a 3 or a 1. 1 defender. So this tactic can work. I probably will use this guy in the center, right? I probably use him roam into channels and use an AP there instead of AM. I'm not a big fan of the AM in that position. I prefer the AP. Then I get him to move into channels, and I also what is the other thing? Yes, any tactic by BYT Discord link. I think it should be there. Four, two, three, once again, I'm going to say it over and over again, right? Okay. Yeah, I know. They all work like, wing back, fullback, I prefer. I'm a big fullback fan, not a wing back fan. Focus play left and right. And winger. We'll change it in the second half. Wing backs, they tend to dribble a lot with the ball, and then you might end up losing the ball. So I rather just use fullbacks where the thing is they give and go the ball. But we can leave it. I mean, if this works for you, use it. I mean, there shouldn't be. I'm not going to nitpick tactics, because this can work if you have the players for it. Yeah. Fullback is just a preference for some people who want to see the ball transition using these 2 guys. That's it. For that to work really well, you're using what's the role you're using? Very narrow width, but yeah. When I see this kind of setups, right, I immediately go libero, inverted fullback, or fullback. Okay, I'm just gonna try and take on this team with a 1 defender setup. Okay, let's see how this works. Okay, I'm DM libero going up. We only have defending with 1 player. FYI, I just want to get a goal. We only got 1 defender. The ball playing defender. So I'm attacking with everybody but keeping 1 defender back. So these guys are all going up, except for the DM. The DM is a stagger effect. Stagger here. So when we lose the ball, we still have one defender back. Do you have any idea if we could attack and defend different formations? Okay, I mean, there's a lot of conjecture at this point because nobody's seen the game. So it's hard to say whether we will be able to do it, but there's a lot of expectations that we might be able to do it on McBurnell for Football Manager 26. However, how it is going to work, I don't think it'll be a simple case of us going in and, oh, this is the tactic we want to set up for attacking and defending, that kind of thing. I think at the moment, none of us can say that with any certainty. Yeah, that's the best way I can describe it. Holy Meister. I saw that. I think we went through some of the tactics already, Yeah. Okay, so let's see. I hope you guys are using the BYT Discord link. Because you cannot upload directly to the FM24 folder. The last time somebody tried that, he deleted the whole folder. The dedicated transfer link. So, okay, so it's still defending quite reasonably well, except we can't seem to get a goal now. They got a goal from a free kick, and we are still trying to. We're doing okay, Yeah, we see all the 5 channels are occupied right now. We got a ball in, but the striker was just. Yeah, tell you what we'll do: pump this guy into the ball. I think we'll use a poacher and bring on what's his face? Where's he? Where's that tall, dark, and handsome player? Okay, Romelu Lukaku. Chris Smalling for Indica. I will try a really bad defender here. Yeah, I think so. I'm pretty certain that they will give us, their roles, they're going to change for football. From what I saw, based on the league, right? There was a kind of somebody just posted up some link and I was talking about it on stream and I saw the link with all the roles. I noticed something very peculiar. Some of the roles sounded similar with just one caveat. And so there was like a bit like, it's like in the some roles sounded like slightly defensive versions of the same role. So I immediately grasped that, and I suspect that we will have to decide our roles, attacking roles, by using a specific role, and then there might be a defensive role or duty. Basically, the duty now is going to be a different role. Yeah. So I think that's what SI are going to do. So they might be like, you choose a fullback, for example, right? So fullback for his attacking. In attack, you want him to be what is it? Playmaking fullback or whatever. They have that. Then after that, your defensive role would be a different one. You want him to play as an inverted fullback, for example, when he's defending. So he might attack as a fullback and then defend as an inverted fullback. That means he drops into that. When you have the ball, he will just shift. I don't know. We'll see. I mean, like I'm waiting to see if, based on those rumors, right, whether or not I could play as a 4-4-2 and defend as maybe a 5-3-5-1, 3-5-2. But it's not conjecture. Nobody knows for sure. Nobody's played the game, or SI keeping a lot of things very close to their chest. So I guess they're internally working out what's the right thing and the wrong thing to do. I did talk to SI, and I did tell SI once. I spoke to some guys in Sports Interactive. I asked them whether they can pass the word along about the training schedules and how it would be nice if I could copy paste entire schedules for the whole year in one click. But like I said, this all depends on how many people use that feature. Okay, this tactic is not that bad. I probably leave your tactic if it works for you, or change, leave it. Like I said many times before, these kind of tactics on paper, they look interesting because you're driving at defenses. But here, advanced forward, this tactic is very front foot. focal points and advance forward. You're attacking. These guys are taking more risks, and you want them to come inside. They're already sitting narrower anyway. So, yeah, you want a lot of true balls through the middle. Probably this guy becomes AP then. But I wouldn't change this too much. Yeah, just leave it the way it is and just enjoy it. You might run into some trouble later, especially if you're playing against a back five. If you do run against a back five, that will be an issue. This tactic might have. And for you to destroy back five systems, you probably have to go libero, defend the tree, get a player to move up the center. It's a positional play role, like I've explained just now with the Volante. Then this guy becomes an AP and attack. Then you get these two guys in the center and these two guys wide and these two guys coming. The inverted fullbacks will attack. Yeah, so you get a lot of attack with the inverted fullbacks. This back two, you still leave the flanks open. Nothing wrong with that, but yeah, just leave the flanks open. So we got a few more tactics coming. Gizinho, I think one. Bully Meister is tactic. I think I did it, no? I covered that on the stream already. I did your tactic before. We'll just have a look. Gizinho would, oh man, we're gonna pick one now. Okay, not all. Okay. Refresh. And 6. Okay, done. Delete. Bully Meister. I think we've seen this type thing. Yeah. Inverted winger. Pressing for defensive. Yeah, we saw this. I did this tactic already. Pressing for advance for CM box, CM support. CD stopper. Probably wouldn't do this, no. Not this stream. Previous stream. Yeah, last week. Yeah. I did on last week's stream. I can play it again. But did it on last week's stream. Or maybe I didn't. We saw last week's stream on playback and you didn't see it. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we're gonna put Paredes here. Pellegrini is over. Make him do some work for a change. Okay. Then inverted wing on attack. Take Morris, shoot not sit there. Wow. So many PIs. Take Morris, cross and byline. Okay. Get further forward. Back. There's a lot of PIs in the attack. PIs just make a tendency to. I don't like stopper this setup. Very iffy because you don't play trap outside as well. Yeah, because the thing is, I'll show you what happens in the game. Trap outside basically allows your opposition down that side of the pitch. So your counter attacks are also going to be down that side of the pitch. So it comes on the flanks, it will just go that way too. So your trap means if you lose the ball, the guys on the flanks, what they're doing is they are basically telling everybody, hey, you know what? Let's let them buy. So you better be able to win the ball back. Yeah. So it goes. Yeah, that's only downside, When you add installments, the game tells you how much is getting deducted from the budget each year. Correct. How do installments work in FM? Just go back to FM. Do the installments go to the club balance or transfer budget over time? It just gets slowly deducted. And you can actually see on the bottom, on the left side, how much will be deducted this year, next year, and the following year. Just look at the left side of the UI, where the transfer is. When you set it up, it will be there. Even works the same way for loans as well. You can see how much money you earn from a loan. So now just remember that PIs, right, are a tendency to do something. Okay, that's all it is. It's not, the role is not going to suddenly change into that for the entire game. So if you are depending on PIs, you have to expect that sometimes those PIs, they, what's the word for it? They don't kick in. Dybala is playing as a pressing force, which is interesting. He keeps dropping back quite deep. Hey, Benny Cage, long time, man. How are you? You've been away for a long, long time. Hope you're well. Okay, nice. Dybala tried to get it. Your tactic is fine. I wouldn't change anything in this tactic, man. I mean, like, I'm not a big fan of applying all the PIs to a tactic because it just means that there are times when the PIs will kick in and there are times the PIs won't. Right? The PIs don't kick in all the time. There's no such thing as, the PI will override the tactical instruction. There's no such thing. Yeah. It has stopped being a thing a long time ago. Yeah. It's just a tendency to do it. So sometimes when you need them to work the way you want them to work, they don't kick in. So that's about it now. Other than that, I'll leave it. If it works for you, then it's a question of you finding the right players. Defensive wingers are a great role. I'm well to getting my butt kicked in K1 League. Oh, family is good, man. The kids are having their assessments right now. So I tried to stream in the morning because I might be changing my stream timings in the near future. Going to be streaming 12 hours earlier, which makes it like when FM Guru just ends his stream is when I'm starting my stream, or when Zealand is ending his stream is when I'm starting my stream, kind of thing. Or maybe I probably won't even be there, unless these guys are doing like super long marathon streams. Yeah, so it's gonna be different now. I mean, defensive mentality is just low risk. It just means your tactic has got, you see, you're playing a much higher defense. I don't like this, I just remove this. Yeah. But because we're in the first half, right? I can't change anything, so I gotta leave it. Yeah. Defensive mentality is your defensive. Like, see, now we are in trouble. No? I know that PIs are cause of this. It's not a 12-hour stream. It just means that I'll be streaming 12 hours earlier. So whatever the time is for you right now, okay, it's the opposite. Time for you guys. So I'll be streaming at about like my time, 9 a.m. in the morning. It's when the kids are already in school. Yeah. Because nowadays I stream and the kids are at home. But the older they get, they're at an age right now where they depend on me a lot. I have to be there for them in the evenings. And I got to make their dinner and then get them, sort them out and then get them to bed, that kind of thing. Yeah, so that kind of is the world I live in and the responsibilities that I have. And I can't forsake those responsibilities. So, yeah, you see, I wouldn't change too much. If your tactic works, right, just leave it. Then just because of the PIs, that's the only thing I don't like. But I know people have a lot of tactics, a lot of PIs, and they'll swear by them and makes them happy. I just don't use PIs as much as the next guy. Yeah, I have some PIs, but they are very specific, to the style of play. But what you can do in your tactic, and I've removed it already, you're gonna have to remove trap. I would recommend removing trap outside. Trap outside, actually, when you do the trap, right, your counter attacks also down the flanks. But if you want to, play with trap outside, make sure that you have players high aggression there. You can't. It's just the way they set it up, the trap outside. Meaning that when you play with a trap outside, when you lose the ball, the body shape of your players is to allow the opposition down that way. We have created a lot of chances. We just haven't found the back of the net. That's it. So on the face of it, I would say it's okay. Mentality, there's nothing wrong with playing defensive. I play a lot of mentalities on cautious. I play a lot of tactics on cautious. Yeah. I play them on ultra defensive as well. It's not, mentality should not be the reason why your tactic has failed. It should never ever be the reason. Because if you make a tactic, if you can work on defense, if you can work on cautious mentality, you can work on attacking mentality as well. It's just a question of how much risk they are taking. That's it. So, yeah, it should work. So don't worry about it. If you can play a tactic on balance, you can play on defensive, you can play on cautious, you can play on attacking. Okay? So right now, if I wanted to the second hour, right, I'm going to go attack. If your tactic is fundamentally sound, it shouldn't have an issue. It just means that we now position ourselves high up the pitch. The players are willing to take more risks with the ball. Their decision making will be influenced by the mentality. That's it. If you play a defensive mentality, you're keeping the ball. Are you using the ball as intelligent? No, I would say intelligently. You're very considered about the way your passes are. That's it. Yeah. So positive also works. Oh, yeah, man. Shouldn't I? Except on this mentality attacking, your passing could actually be more direct. The passes could be a bit longer. On defensive, might be a lot more passes in your half, right? On attacking, there will be there's more verticality in your attacks on attacking mentality than there is on defensive mentality. So you might see a lot of sideways passing on defensive mentality, and then when you get to the final third, you don't see a lot of verticality in your attacks. So that's all. On defensive mentality, your attacks may not be as vertical in the final third, but now they're more vertical when I am playing on attacking mentality. That's the difference in mentality. That's it. No, it's just the way you pass the ball. So yeah, if your tactic is terrible, then it won't work on any mentality. Just changing a role here and there is not going to fix it. I know there are people out there that will say otherwise, but yeah, I don't. I'm too old to care. To each their own. If they see the moon and they say the moon is pink in color, who am I to change your mind, right? Go ahead. I got one of my friends. He's like that. He's always insisting that he sees the world in a certain way. So I used to disagree with him, and I used to think, how dumb can you get? But then now I'm thinking to myself, what's the point of arguing with him? He gets very annoyed if I don't agree with him, and I'm like, okay, whatever makes you happy. Then I just smile like an idiot and go like, okay, whatever. Yeah, I don't say anything. Yeah, the tactic works. Yeah, I don't have to change anything. You can use the word WP as well, because you know why the inverted winger works. There's a reason why this inverted winger works. Okay. All right, your tactic has been set up for this guy to attack this space. AF is already attacking early. You got CM on support that's basically doing a lot of funky things, like running wide with the ball, taking more risks, more direct passes. That's fine, okay? So some of the time he'll run wide. Basically, some of the time he's going to do direct pass. Some of the time he'll take more risks. Some of the time he'll run wide with the ball. Some of the time he'll close down more. Some of the time he'll attack. This is what it means, On defensive mentality, he's going to do it like on attacking mentality, he's going to do more. On defensive mentality, he's going to do those PIs a bit more or less. So yeah. So I went from what? Defensive mentality to attacking mentality. That's it. And how many goals we smashed in after that? A lot of goals, right? Because our attacks were more vertical this time. Now I go back to defensive mentality. Our attacks are going to change, They're not going to be as vertical anymore. So now there's going to be a lot of sideways passes in my half. They go to the final third. They're going to be sideways passes in the final third. There might be a chance we lose the ball. And we certainly ain't going to see any more goals. That's it. That's just mentality. Mentality is risk. So you can have more fun. Yeah. So always look at a tactic. If your tactic, at the start of the tactic, the roles and duties are all shite, the tactic is shite. Okay, there's nothing you can do to save it. So your mentality is not going to save the tactic. So if your tactic is working out of the gate, like I looked at a tactic where I'm like, okay, it can work. I mean, some of the PIs are a bit crazy, but I know PIing a tactic can be okay. There's nothing wrong with it. Yeah, I used to do that as well. I used to be one of those guys that PI'd the living crap on my tactic because I wanted roles to play differently. Like here, more direct, more direct. So what does this do? This customizes this role to play like a wide attacking threat in this area, along with this attacking duty, along with this guy is attacking offside traps.
Hi, how are you?
So yeah, why not? Some of the time, go out there, go hither. Mentality can be on situation. I can go crush. Yeah, can do it anytime you want. Yeah. Hey, Harid Danos, how are you, man? Welcome to the stream. Welcome one and all. Welcome one and all. Okay, so now, what are we gonna do next? I sound like an idiot. What are we gonna do next? Next tactic. So many today. Gizinho, your tactic was 4-2. Let's go. Yeah, I don't. I want you all to make your own tactic. I mean, I'm not suggesting. If you download a person's tactic and then you go like, why this is this tactic? Don't bring the tactic here and expect me to look. I just look at a tactic as good or bad. Inverter winger ball winning. Okay, nice, interesting. There's going to be a guy. Okay, fullback going this way. Again, this is one of those tactics, right? I just did a tactic like this just now. You see, when you do something like this with 3 going this way, this side becomes weak. If you lose the ball, you got to look at this side of the pitch because you have a 3-man defense, but it's offset. It's not in the center anymore. Okay, so now you're gonna have this as your area of weakness. So this guy becomes a very important defender. That's all. So the tactic will work. Mazar goes up to support the wingers instead of attacking. Yep. This tactic works. Again, you don't have to change anything. Except some of the time if you run into trouble, that's when the central defender, the one central defender in your tactic should be a player that's very, very good. Acceleration, anticipation, concentration, positioning. This guy must be your best defender. Must be your best defender. Yeah. So, and can you put stay wider on him? No, you can't. Because then you open up a gap. And it's again, there's no step ladder in this tactic. There's no step ladder in this tactic. I'll tell you right now, ain't no step ladder in this tactic. Where's your step ladder? Mazala is here, winger is here, right? There's no step ladder. Step ladder is when you have somebody coming in, pushing up from here, and tick tock all the way to go. Right. So to do a step ladder in Football Manager, in the center, you need a libero setup. I mean, you could potentially get it with other roles, but then one of them will have to be a ball playing defender. Okay, so let's watch. So win the ball. Okay, now you see, where's your step ladder? Okay, there is something like a step ladder here, right? 1, 2, but this guy has to drop. See? So he comes up, goes up, and then it breaks up there. So you step ladder is like you're not just creating a ladder for the sake of creating a ladder, no. You're like creating an extra player in every phase of the build-up. Yeah, so your defense to midfield as an extra player, midfield to attack as an extra player, and then final third as an extra player. Right, so that's what you want. That's what a step ladder should be. So it's like, how do you create a step ladder? So that's it. So sometimes you may want to think about, okay, let's try a step ladder in a slightly different way, right? Okay, I give you a moving ladder, okay, after this. So one other way of doing it is like, okay, maybe we can do it with a fullback. Right, this fullback, right? We'll tell the fullback to be a moving step ladder. Okay, so let's try and let's see how we can do it now. Fullback. This is a bit more. I personally haven't done it, so this will be fun. Okay, so we want the fullback to be the step ladder. So the fullback has to be the link. Okay, so how do we do that? The fullback has to cut inside, sit narrower. Then okay. Who's the anchor? I'm talking to myself, sorry. Defender. Okay. Who has to move forward then? The guy in front, the ball winning midfielder. But yeah. Can't really, can we? Mazala is giving you a problem there. Yeah. We won't use a Mazala, we use a box-to-box midfielder. Alright, so we're going to change this role and this role. Inverter winger is going to come here, fullback is coming on. We change this role. We want him to go wide so we can get ladders going this way. Inside, he coming to the center and possibly messing us up. We need some like tick-tock with an extra player. We got a goal already. After we're going to be trying. But libero is the easiest way. Okay. Libero is the easiest way to create the step ladder because then you're guaranteed to have the one player. So focus play is also great for you to create this kind of movement patterns. There we go. Okay, I mean, I can see a bit of that in your tactic. You got a focus play on the left. The problem is the ball winning midfielder is getting a yellow card. not doing us much good. The ball winning midfielder on yellow here. I'm waiting to take him off. I want this guy to become a winger. Okay, let's go. All right, so we got both coming in, and I want this guy to be a winger. He's got a wrong. Okay, he's terrible winger choice. Undo. Okay. Undo. Oh, hey. Right. Both comes in. Spinoza. Okay, because of winger. All right. So what we want is this guy cut inside the ball, so he goes through the middle. He's gonna go through the middle. This guy's gonna be a ball playing defender, and as he goes through the middle, he comes up. Okay, I'll tell you what, we're gonna give this guy deep line playmaker on defense. This guy is gonna become a box-to-box midfielder. He's gonna move up this way. Yeah, this guy's gonna come out this way. The DLP is gonna hold. This guy is gonna be a winger. He's gonna give us the width in that thing. We'll focus play down the left. DLP on support. Only attack. Okay, alright. So he's definitely gonna attack this guy. Alright, let's try that. Okay, with a focus play on the left. And then this guy poacher. Okay. I mean, we could actually go DLF on attack. Okay, so even more interesting. Now we got a lot of players that are stepping up and down, joining the left side parade. So we're gonna have a little ladder of sorts that's formed here. There we go. So we got rows, they're moving. There we go. So the idea of a slab ladder is to give get an extra player into the area every time you have the ball. So you can create them in multiple ways. The easiest one is of course the libero. But what I've done here is the fullback is the one driving through the middle or the sides. So he is actually my pivot in that ladder. Earlier, if I use the libero is the guy that's helping us. So right now the guy is helping us is going to be the fullback. So somebody is moving, linking play up. The other way, of course, is to do it in a more crazy way would be here we go roaming playmaker on support, and then this guy now we got double roles moving up. So it's going to be a quite crazy tactic. Moving on support. This is okay. With a fullback coming up to the middle. Okay, let's try that. Now got roaming playmaker as well. We consider a goal. But now I'm not really interested in the result. I'm interested in the movement. Just looking at the movement of the roles and duties. So we're going to see the movement of the roles and duties. Okay, so we got there we go. Okay, see Smalling as the ball. You see the guy goes up. Now, you see the movement is what we want. It's like the option that they always have passing options on any side. So it's like the role players can move the ball up the pitch without we have like an extra player. Step ladder is I have okay, the libero is the easiest way for me to describe it last time, right? Because I just put the guy there, you can actually see the step ladder forming. But when you use other roles, it's about how do I get the extra player. So we're trying to get the extra player. So we're getting roles. There are positional play friendly roles as well in the center. So I'm using now a roaming playmaker and a box-to-box midfielder. Of course, this is more risky, which is the reason why whenever I wanted to use step ladder, to create a step ladder in the center or the side, I always use a libero, because a libero meant I don't have to, it's not so risky. I don't take a lot of risk with the two central roles. But right now, I'm taking an enormous amount of risk with this roaming playmaker box-to-box combination. It can work, it's just risky. Okay. So let's say if I just wanted to make sure it's a one-sided one, right? So I just come in here and I go, maybe I'll just turn you into a ball winning if you don't support. So he doesn't, he stays in the center. He doesn't go running all over the place. So this could become quite stable, especially if I'm doing like a left-sided focus play. So we go to extended highlights. We change this guy in the center. Put in a player that doesn't loves to break legs. Paredes is great at that. And for a 4-4-2 like this, right? We got just winger. Oh, it can work. But is it the best? Like this, probably okay, safe. My favorite is ball. I have a tactic which is box to box. Sorry, double ball winners, right? So I see how we transition with those players on the left. So there's a lot of options, right? There's always a free play on the left for us to move the ball. That's what you have to focus on. Like, how do I get the ball to move? Players are all dropping off and supporting play. So there's a winger here, there's a DLF, there's roaming playmaker. Roaming playmaker is a moving pivot here. The fullback is coming this way. So I have an extra play in the center if I need to. In fact, let's try something even more funky. Go inverted wingback on attack. Why not? This will be crazy. Now this guy is going to come into the center with the roaming playmaker. And this guy is going to be forced forward because this guy is coming. So he's going to move into this area. The roaming playmaker will not be far away from him. So we can move the ball. There we go. The roaming playmakers. Of course, with the inverted wingback, we create problems defensively because if we lose the ball, we're in trouble. So my recommendation is when you make these kind of tactics, go out there, have fun. I'm gonna say this much. Football Manager, the first month, right, when it comes out, right, I think this will be the year where I spend more time making one or two tactics and trying to understand the UI. So even my guidebook, I can't promise you a guidebook that comes out on the day of launch. Because that presupposes I know everything about the game. No. The guidebook will come out when the guidebook is ready this year. This year I cannot promise. Oh, the guidebook is coming out. Yeah. Like, hell, it is. Gotta wait for me to play the game, understand the game, and then the guidebook comes out. What is this thing on my table? Where did it come from? When you find something like this, it obviously belongs to some part of my setup. Yeah. Okay, so I mean, it's like we didn't have to do much. I tell you, like almost tactics, right? You guys send in. I don't have to do much. Okay, we done. Toulouse. I think Toulouse is the other one, is it? 5 at the back. Toulouse 5 at the back. Okay. Okay, let's go. Toulouse 5 at the back. Before we get in, so let's see. Team selection. We quick pick based on BBB wing back. Okay. All right. Okay, I'll tell you something straight up, right? In a setup like this, these two guys, wing back on attack. Focus play left and right. Don't add overlap, add underlap. Widest play holds out the ball looking for inside runs. These roles, double EFs, okay, they can work, but focus that will just get them to attack. Stop process, interesting choice for here because it just means that you're defending a bit wider. That's fine. Don't see a problem with stop process. I do see a problem with invite crosses. Invite crosses just makes you very narrow. So this tactic, will it work? It can. Yeah, it can work. I mean, wingbacks on attack will work brilliantly. Wingbacks on support. This ball playing defender is gonna play these kind of passes. Have you seen Napoli this season? I can't remember. McTominay can combine KDB as a double A. Same, he can do the same. I think the problem is the way they play with. Yeah, McTominay has always been a good player, lah. I don't know why people say he's such a bad player. Yeah, McTominay is a great player. I think he's a damn good player for United. Yeah. You gotta look at the players themselves and whether they gel together. I don't think McTominay played well with Bruno Fernandes. Okay, so as the match has gone on, we have yet to see any highlight, which is not surprising from a wingback 5 system. So we gotta go. I think we'll just go all the way. Comprehensive highlights. Win the ball. Focus play left and right. So you get the attacks. So you don't have the strikers on to keep dropping. Yeah. Wingback is all these tactics are wingback. The wingbacks get up, yeah, you in business. The wingbacks don't get up, you're not in business. I always say the back five, not fun, not that good. Joining with the when it is ready trend. When it's ready, it's ready. Scotty is the best in the let him go. Yes, McTominay was the best player they had. Manchester United. Now they want to go and get who? Baleba, is it? Like, or whoever they want to get, you know. Yeah, easily, I was a big McTominay fan. I thought he was the only real fighter in that team. No, the rest of the players are all just cast iron idiots. I was a huge McTominay fan when he was playing for Manchester. I thought he was so underrated by even the Manchester United fans. I was like, why? The guy is good, man. I had something bad to say. Everybody was saying great things about Bruno Fernandes. I said, like, yeah, okay, Bruno Fernandes, yeah, he does score goals, assists. But when you're talking about the heart of a team, right, you're looking at the fighters. The fighter in that team was undoubtedly for me, McTominay. No one else seemed to epitomize that for me. Nah, he can be an attacking aid. He can also be a ball-winning midfielder. He can play both roles well. Maybe he just didn't want to be, he just wanted to be a player that gets into the glory. Because McTominay has scored a few goals, so. Or maybe when United are signing players that all want to play a certain way, maybe. So far, have we created anything on this tactic? Nothing, right? Because you know how many players are defending this tactic? 5. This is the reason why I'm not a big back three fan. I hate back three formations with a vengeance. Yeah. I think that these tactics suffer from one thing and one thing only: the lack of attacking input in the tactic. So sometimes when you play like this, right, you go like, oh god, what am I gonna do? So you might as well go all three, shadow striker. Why is he defending? Why is he support duty? This guy wing back on attack, might as well. Low crosses only works when you can get into the box, right? So you come inside here, stop cross, doesn't make much of a difference. We get this guy to punch up the pitch. All right, now pass into space, not exactly my friend. Underlap. Why this player holding out the ball, looking for inside runs? In fact, 2 pressing forwards, running the channels and putting pressure on defenses might even be better. DM, one of these DMs taking more risks, and I no need. We don't have to do that. But what we want to do is do this: focus play. We're gonna do mix cross, run a defense. Okay, all right, much higher defensive line, and then we're gonna jack it up even more, go attacking. Here we'll use white center backs on support instead of white center backs on defense. Okay, all right. So, but B doesn't make a difference. Hey, look, you play one defender. If you have to play on cover, means still no difference to your tactic. So, all right. So we got this wing backs on attack, flying wing backs, and 2 pressing. Well, maybe we'll just do an advanced forward for fun. Okay. Since Dybala isn't much of a pressing forward anyway. Okay, proceed. Let's go. Just slight change, Boom. We won the ball very quickly. Very nice. Paredes. Okay. All right. There. I think the passing meter is short. Okay, never mind. That's fine. Tempo, very high. Okay. We got 3 strikers in the box. That's not waste time. 3-4-1-2 smash. Got a different setup. In this, you have to like bring the ball forward and attack at the first opportunity. The other way you want this to work, I would probably go like, you want the ball to go far, up the pitch really quickly. This is the ultimate setup. Target forward, advance forward. You see the ball traverse the length of the pitch very quickly. But the back three is not fun. I don't like back three formations. Never have, never will. No matter what anybody tells me, right? Back threes are not that fantastic. The only time the back three, the best back three formation in the history of Football Manager was Scramjet. That was the only one. Scramjet was the all-time best back three system ever created for Football Manager. And since that, no other tactic has ever come close. And I've never pretended to tell you why Scramjet worked. I'd rather this tactic stop being this and go like this. I don't know, like this kind of tactics, I find them, they keep too many players back now. Maybe just do this 3-1. Where to put this guy, man? Where can I put him? got extra player. Where the hell do I put you? Put you here. This is crazy. Okay. Shadow striker, TF, target forward. Let's try something really insane. Target forward, shadow striker. Yeah, put this guy here. This guy become roaming playmaker. Okay, this is an insane tactical setup. Okay. All right. I know what to do. Okay, so I can go like this. Could this work? Yeah, there's no point keeping them there. Inverter fullback. Okay. All right, put 3 strikers in front, really. Okay, put one here. Okay. All right, turn you to target forward, and forward. Okay. Turn you to AP on support. You drop. Now you turn you into defensive wingers. Okay. Turn you into. Where is it? Okay. I know this is insane now, but the other tactic is too defensive. I would change it slightly. I would change it slightly, not to this. Okay. Not to this. Okay. I go back to your Toulouse tactic. Okay. Toulouse 5 back. Problem with this tactic is the double AFs, right? Okay. I just go like maybe target forward and poacher. Okay. And then because it's so bottom heavy, right? So this guy becomes really an ATP on attack. Okay. So now you got yourself something to work with. Okay. And then these 2 guys can be white center backs on defend. And then these guys can attack the pitch, white wing back attack. Something like this is fine. Okay. Then you don't need Olo, you just mix. Because you have and then you do something like that, right? Okay, so tempo is right. You want the ball to get back from back to front very quickly, triple less. Maybe you want to add pass into space, you can. Now what you have is a tactic that just hoofs the ball, like target forward and poacher, and then if you're thinking a 3-man attack, you're fine. Something like this can work. Okay? Can work. Okay? Now I'm making something that's completely insane. Right? So this is absolutely insane. Okay, and who's Angelino? I think he comes here. Who's Paredes and Mancini? Who the Mancini? Mancini is a defender, is he? Okay. Beggars can't be choosers, I guess. Okay, and this guy is here. I don't know where we're going to put these players on. This guy goes here. Oriente, Dybala, Pellegrini. What? Oriente. I mean, like, all these guys, I don't know, man. Just Angelino, Kazlov, Smalling. Oriente is a defender, no? Okay, Smalling is also a defender. But every time I look at Smalling, I think it's short. Mancini, Smalling, put him here. Lukaku, no wonder. Something was wrong. Okay. All right, let's go. We got one stupid defender as an advanced forward. Yeah. I don't think it's gonna work now, but it's one insane setup. I remember creating something along these lines a while back. The back 3 setup, right? With just these guys, and then I'm just hitting pass into space, direct attacks. See, we're still keeping the ball. It's impressive. Look at that. There we go. Down the line, into the area, right defense. Okay, there we go. Boom, one more. Into the area. Look at the way they are attacking, man. They are not holding anything back. Yeah, okay. So target forward, once it does actually work. Cristiante, you become target forward. Okay, Dybala, you go inside the area. Okay, so you got Kazlov, Engineer, got roaming playmaker here. Okay, because we only need 3 defenders, right? And we got 3 strikers, in the area now. Got 3 strikers here, 3 target forwards. Yeah, boom. There we go. 1 target forward. So imagine if I had a proper team, proper bunch of players here. So, okay, defender. See how well we can defend. Okay, there comes back to defend the white player. Now, okay. Okay. 2. That was a target forward. There's a defender playing in this position. Again, advanced what links up the defensive winger. Again, we're getting into the final third. Yeah, it's possible. It can work. With the right players, I'm sure this could work, man. It's a bit crazy, I know. But the thing in Football Manager is that crazy can work. This is a bit insane. I got the wrong players with this tactic. Let's see where I can add anybody. Take Cristiante off. Already we score a goal, which is good news. Okay. As Moon comes on. I don't know if it's much of a target. Smalling will stay here. Angelino. Okay, let's go. Do I want to play our defense? Who cares about playing our defense? Let's get up there. Let's get the ball up the pitch quickly. We scored 1 goal already. Yeah. And we are away. So look at our shape. Like it's a 3-4-1-2. It's the same shape. 3. Like, okay, now it's going to change to a 3-1-4-2. This will change to a 3-1-4-2. But it's a diamond, no? White diamond. But this is a roaming playmaker. He will go up and join the Mr. Pellegrini later. So then we have one guy attacking in this position and the other guy just off him. But most importantly is how we win the second ball. We have players to win the second ball all the time. And so boom, and then the defenders come back. He missed. We just make sure these guys are decent. Pellegrini is a hopeless player. So let's throw a hopeless player out of the way. I never liked Pellegrini in Football Manager, so we put anybody else. Anybody else can play. Maybe we'll try Shadow Striker. Who knows? 4+ attacking the zone now. Can it work? Hey, if you don't try it, you'll never know. Okay. Boom. There, target forward. Okay, this has to be a sweeper keeper on attack. Yeah. So there we go. Defensive winger. There you got penalty. Oh, we got a penalty, baby. Come on. Penalty awarded. Immediately. We make a change. We got a penalty. Come on, Lukaku. Yeah, baby. 2-2. Right. I'm telling you, this can work. This could be the new version of Scramjet. Scramjet was made on the pretext. They have a 3 striking workforce, AP coming this way, and an offset, no? somewhere on the sides. It's basically Scramjet, but in a different way. Because Scramjet actually didn't use this guy, used more like an anchor. So Scramjet actually used an anchor. So I had an anchor in the middle, and then this 3-man back line, and then these guys doing the grunt of the work. But either side, right, is a player that can move into channels. You can do something like this: 3-3 defensive winger setup. There's nothing wrong with defensive wingers. They're the best wingers in the whole game. They're the best wingers in the whole game. You can make. It just let your imagination run wild for Football Manager. As long as as long as it's logical and you can defend the spaces, it should be fine. But the other one, this tactic, yeah, you play a 3 like you play the. Wait, hold on. Wasn't this? Can't remember. I saw here. Load. I think it was this guy, right? So when you play 3 like this and find there's a lot of players defending. So my approach is slightly different now. Yeah. But if you want to, you can, but you struggle with scoring long goals. Therein lies the danger. Okay, so we've seen these tactics. We look at the other tactics that have taken a while to turn to. Sorry, guys. Today a lot of tactics came in. Okay, we're gonna pick a few tactics from one link I shared with you. Oh, so we got, I think we've seen these two. Real Madrid, wildcard. What else we got? So we got Real Madrid and wildcard. That's the 2 tactics. Okay. Yeah. We've seen the rest. Download these 2. All right. So here we are, we go BIT, we clean this up and delete and downloads and public. Extract all, browse baby, select folder. I'm bloody hell, my AI didn't work today. My AI didn't, my AI didn't. Hey Phil, how are you, man? Welcome back, brother. Hope you're well. Okay. So here we go. All right. Oh. Real Madrid. So let's look at this tactic. 4-3-3, inverted winger, inverted wing back, wing back. I wouldn't use wing backs in 4-3-3. I'll probably use fullbacks. So you can do build. If you use wing backs, that's fine, If you do want to use wing backs, there's nothing wrong. You're trying to dribble more with the ball. The challenge with that kind of a setup is going to be the challenge with this kind of a setup is when you play with wingbacks, right, you gotta make sure your players can hang on to the ball. You know, but wingbacks will tend to go wider a bit, so the inverted winger will be fine. Pass it short, take few risks is fine. But you see, the problem is this role, AF. I probably use a pressing forward here because you have a CM on attack coming, right? So if you want this, okay, the best roles are here the poacher, the pressing forward on attack, or even the complete forward attack. The last role I use is an advanced forward. Why is the advanced forward the last role I use? I only use the advanced forward if I'm playing against a team that is way better than me and I don't expect too many chances. Then the advanced forward is going to be running in for goals and he's going to be the only one. But if I play an advanced forward against an average team, the CM on attack will probably never see the goals because everything is going to the advanced forward too quickly. So pressing forward first choice. I'll go with pressing forward in this tactic. Inverted winger is fine. I mean, yeah, I know these guys will come into this zone. CM attack, DLP on support, holding out the ball in command. It's a very safe formation. It's probably not going to score you lots of goals. You're probably going to struggle. But with a world-class team, yeah, you'll be fine. But I'll probably change this role to pressing forward. I mean, you could do with a winger here instead of because you have to remember, this guy is attacking the box. No? So if you want him to attack the box, right, then you having an inverted winger here is just going to be in his quite close to him. Yeah, so maybe a winger here be good, or yeah, if it works, inverted winger fine. But they're creative roles. They're feeding off the. But I can see why you might want an inverted winger, because you want these guys to come into these areas and feed players like him, CM on attack. So what you could actually end up doing is an underlap on the right side. So the wider play here looks like an inside run, and that's what he's going to do. You got a CM on attack coming, right? So that could help, and it'll make this side a bit more attacking. You're using an anchor man here. It's a very defensive setup here, so why not? Anchor man can do that, and then yeah, I'll be fine. You'll be okay. This is a fine tactic. I wouldn't change too much about it. Yeah. Then the next guy is a wild crap. I'm using wildcard rope and shit strike again. I want rotation for confuse opponent. I want the yeah. I mean, the problem with these kind of tactics, right, is you're not. I don't know who you want to confuse. The AI is not going to get confused. Right? Okay. In the game of Football Manager, the AI does not get confused. The AI has its own plan. It's playing its own tactic. The only players that are going to get confused are your own players. That's it. Okay? So, when you use roles like Trequartista, Maza goes in the half space. Complete wingback is roaming all over the place. There's no width in your tactic. You got a Regista, that's fine. Box to box is going up here. Complete forward is coming here. Complete wingback is going either to the flanks or to the sides. So, look, for me, I'm not a big fan of backfire systems. I don't see backfire systems scoring lots of goals. I see them conceding a lot of goals. I see them struggling to give you massive XGs, right? They're not going to do that. So people end up having to send these guys into attack, send these guys on support duty, hoping that they will score a lot of goals. But then your tactic has got all these, these guys moving around, and you're still doing counter press. You should be whole shape, meaning you got all the roles that will confuse the AI. Apparently, I don't like Trequartistas. I mean, you got a Trequartista being creative. You got a complete forward as well. Why do you want to have a complete forward being support? Who's he supporting? The Trequartista. The Trequartista is just deciding when to attack. So you want to do something? Why don't you go complete forward attack? Double twin attack patterns, right? So now you got two roles at attacking. Okay, either one of them is going to roam. Either one of them is going to drop off. Right? They will support each other now. Now, if the thing is, there's the one thing I'll change. But other than that, the other thing I'll change is whole shape. But to be fair, to be honest with you, you got a lot of roaming roles. Yeah, the only thing, I can play this and you'll see the same thing. It doesn't make a difference. I won't win. I definitely will not win this game. I'm pretty certain I'm not going to smash Lazio. Yeah. You can never create a tactic where you force the AI into changing. And the worst part is, when you play against a human, the human guy is not going to bother. He's just going to, okay, you got all these roles. Yeah, fine. Enjoy yourself. I never care about what roles other players use. I'm only interested in the defensive line and their block. That's it. So if you go on, right, Yeah. And we can watch this on comprehensive. I'm not going to change anything. I just want to show you what I mean. So if your team has got the players, right? I made just 2 changes, hold shape, and what was the other thing I added? I changed him a complete forward attack. Because that's the only thing I can do to this tactic to give it that much, to make it a bit unpredictable. So we just keep moving it around. We're looking at moving teams around and trying to create goal scoring opportunities. What ball into box is here? Okay. All right, just leave it. Mixed crosses, I'm going to leave it as well. So we don't have like, we don't do like low crosses all the time. So some of the time we're going to go to the byline. Sometimes we're going to go to cross, which makes your tactic very unpredictable. That's it. Nothing else. Just leave it the way it is. You got Regista pumping the ball out. Mazzala supporting the complete wingback, or a Trequartista coming down a complete forward attack. At least you have an attack duty, 2 attack duties in front. Gives your tactic a bit more, gives your tactic that presence in the final third. You know, the Trequartista, right, is going to drop back, right? So, yeah, that's about the only thing I can do with this tactic. Because I don't want to change people's tactics too much, but I can guarantee you one thing, right? Okay. It's not going to be a tactic that's going to be game breaking. Back fives are the most inefficient tactics on Football Manager. No matter what, people are gonna 5-2-2-1 is about the best one there is. Yeah, and even then, the 5-2-2-1 is just, it's not gonna score you 150 goals or something like that in the season. The ones that do are the 4-2-3 ones, the 4-4-2s. These are the ones that score a lot of goals. The back fives, they don't do that, and they end up performing like this. I only changed complete for an attack in your tactic, and the other thing I did was hold shape. So if you don't have the players where it cannot work, wouldn't you? Yeah, I would seriously consider if you. Yeah, don't make it so confusing. Like I probably go like, why would I want to do that? I go advance forward, poacher, or target forward, poacher, like this. That'd be so much more better, no? Then I go like wing back on attack, Mazzala on support. Okay, then this guy wing back on attack. Now I'm just changing a tactic. Okay, I'm playing mix. Okay, fairly well I want to use that. Dribble less, right defense, be more expressive. Underlap, fine. Okay. All right, get up the pitch. Attack with all your might. All right, change your tactic, right? Same roles, I just changed the complete wing back. Now I just play wing back. Okay, no, don't try too many. Like you got so many roles, players in your tactic. All like, hey, you know what? I'm the next Maradona. No, I'm the next Maradona. I got freaking 6 fellas there thinking they're the next great, wonderful player in the world. There's no such thing as confusing the AI. Like you put in a note there. No. The only player you're gonna confuse is yourself and your own teammates. My advice is keep things simple. Target forward, advance forward also can. Especially these back five systems. Back five systems want to get from back to front as quickly as possible. Okay, so we're gonna. Oh, sorry, I still have hold shape, right? No hold shape counter. So we're gonna go get up the pitch as quickly as we're gonna focus play that left and down and got tempo all the way up. Okay, so tempo is gonna be very high. Yeah, work ball into box. We get down to the byline, less crosses, never mind. This is going to end up being, I'm banging one to these 2 guys. So go advance forward. Okay, let's go Dybala. Let's see what happens. So we got 2 attack duties in the final third. This is about the best way for it to work. Box to box going up the pitch. Put Mazzala here and box to box here. Okay. Why? Because box to box is a half. This guy can drop, right? He's a half space role, so there could be a link out. Yeah, back five. We got 8 to 9 players defending. I hate back fives. Yeah, because they got all these players defending. You got to get them out the pitch. It's like terrible. It's one of the modern dilemmas. This is the reason why SI have changed the UI and the tactical creator. This is one of the main reasons why. Because the back five systems on Football Manager cannot be attacking systems. You can try from CM all the way. We have done everything in this game to make this extremely attacking by adding underlap, overlap, just to get them into the final third. But you can't do it on Football Manager right now. The only way they're going to be able to do that is by giving us a setup where you can have an attacking formation when you have the ball and a defensive formation when defending. That's the only way the back fives are going to work. So right now, the only way I can get this guy up the pitch as quickly as possible is by getting these guys to be attack duties, play the tactic on attacking mentality, add in underlaps or overlaps, whatever the case might be, so that those wing backs are so high up the pitch, they're kissing the fullbacks over here. So when they get the ball, they can jump on them like as quickly as possible. Oh no, it's still not doing it. Okay, let's go. Oh, welcome. How much more can I go, man? This is the much higher, much higher, much higher, much higher, much higher. That's it. Yeah, that's it. We go from back to front as quickly as I go. That's what we want to see. The wing back getting up the pitch. So my advice is don't go in there and go like, I want to create confusion in the AI. You're not going to create confusion if there's no confusion in your tactic. You know why? You're defending with 8 fellas. 3, 6, 7, 8. There's no confusion. The AI knows you're not attacking me. You got 8 fellas in your half. As far as the AI is concerned, right? If I was you playing a network game with me and you think you're going to confuse me, I'm going to go like, what? You're not going to confuse me. You're defending with 8 players. That's it. The only way you're going to beat me is if I overcommit in my attacking patterns and I have too many fellas attacking, then your counter attack is 2 of your players might be taking on 2 of my defenders. That's about it. So that's the only thing about this tactic. So my advice is don't overcomplicate the game of Football Manager. Okay, do not do it. You're just going to struggle. So you can see, I did my best. I showed you what I mean, right? So these kind of tactics, they always have this problem. So you're gonna have to go from back to front like this very quickly, then get into the area, then you got a chance. So we can only do that if these guys are attacking, and we have these 2 guys as a focal point of attacks. And yeah, I'm using a Mazzala on the left side. One of the ways I did this to work really well was I did this. Okay, now we're gonna go Mazzala attack. This guy on attack. And we turn this guy into like kind of a deep line playmaker on defense. Okay, so now we anchor you and we get you up the pitch. Let's see if this works. Okay. I know Mazzala combination was. I did it with Mazzala on support, but I want to try Mazzala on attack. How crazy can this be? Because now these are attack duty roles. So they will end up here, but these guys will do the carry. Yeah, I tell you what we'll do. We'll do even more crazy. Why center back attack? Center back attack. Okay, jacking this up. See how crazy, this is how mental you have to be with back 5 systems to get everybody into the final third. So I'm telling you, this is the prime driver. I think this is the prime reason why AI is changing. The SI is changing the tactical creator, because for the last 7 years, right, Italian fans of the game have been complaining that back 5 systems do not play like they do in real life on Football Manager, and I completely agree with them. Because wingbacks are too defensive in the game of Football Manager. So when we have the ball, the wingbacks are in our half. We need the wingbacks to be as close to the strikers as possible, but that is not possible on Football Manager. Because what we end up seeing is the build-out patterns are so deep that the tactics just don't create offensive opportunities in the final third. My advice is, play the 5-2-2-1. Then you get the extra 2 players and you can move the ball up the pitch. That's the only reason why the 5-2-2-1 is so good on Football Manager. It's got the extra 2, it got the extra players in midfield. So you see what has happened. We get up the pitch with these guys. So high up the pitch now. And now we got all the players in half. So if you wanted to, you're going to have to look at Mazzala. The best way to make this work is Mazzala, Carrillo. This is one of the best ways. Okay? You launch these guys into attack, and this is your option. You have Mazzala on attack or Mazzala on support. Mazzala on support is going to take a bit longer, and you end up crossing the ball a lot. Yeah. But this can work. Like, Mazzala, Carrillo, box to box, kiss my ass. Will never work. Okay. Then target forward, advance forward, target forward, poacher. But the one that you set up, nah. Confusing. Don't do that. AI is going to be Because I found it quite cute when you said you wanted to confuse the opponent. I don't know which opponent you are planning on confusing. Right? It's not gonna work. Wait, let me load the thing again. There we go. Wildcard project. I'm using a 2 wildcard role partnership as striker, and I want rotations for confusing the opponent. I mean, I want it to be unpredictable. If you want it to be unpredictable, this is not how you do it. Because these two are your only attacking players in the whole game. You get they move one off each other. They only got 2 defenders, bro. Versus these 2 guys. Who are they gonna confuse? The defenders are just got there are 2. The 2 defenders can see these 2 guys coming, right? So what's the point? Don't make it too confusing. No. You're not gonna confuse. This is probably a terrible role combination. You want we might as well just go advance what. The 2 defenders will be equally confused because they don't know who's gonna attack the defensive line. Do that instead. It's so much more better. Yeah, I would do that. I mean, if you want to confuse anybody, do that. It's much more safer to confuse somebody in that way. Yeah. Leon LA, how are you, man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, hope you're doing well. Okay, so we've done a few of this. We've done quite a few of tactics. Any more? Somebody's hungry, or somebody wants to play something else. Do you know I've got this game called Ashes of Creation? Okay, I'll show you guys, right? You won't believe it, right? Ashes of Creation. I've got this game, no? Let's go Ashes of Creation X. There we go. I've got this game on my I've been invited to the alpha. Yeah. They've been in development for a really long time, no? So let's watch this.
The cargo system, which
okay. I just killed the music for a while. Where's Spotify? Pause. Okay, let's just check this out.
Were materials that got placed on caravans and primarily was used in our used to have what we called the cargo system, which were materials that got placed on caravans and primarily was used in our commodity system to take from node to node to make money. We decided we want to ground that in world a little more with actual physical objects that you can carry. So the cargo system is generally going away and being replaced with this crate system. They still can go on caravans and be taken in higher quantities than just one on your back. We've broken it into different sections of crates. There's still personal crates that you can put your own materials in. We have construction crates, which is a new kind of crate used to help with construction projects around the node and eventually on your freeholds. And then commodity crates as things you can take from node to node or harbor to harbor or lawless zone to lawless zone to make different kinds of rewards based on different multipliers, like how far you took it, what economic regions you're in, and how many people have turned in at those locations. We used to have what we called the cargo system, which were materials that got placed on caravans.
This is what they've done. So let's see what else we got, right? I want to see whether there's any specific game. It's just one new way to have fun while getting beaten up by mobs. Yeah, so what's this? Flying mounts. They're flying mounts in the game. It should be echoing now, I think. Yeah. Or if it is, it'll be very interesting. No, it should be echoing. Yeah. If it's echoing, let me know, Leon. Because I had to change. Okay, welcome to. I don't know, man. This is a new game. Artwork. They've been developing the game for a long time. See, Ashes of Creation is on Twitch as well. Let's see if there's any videos here. There's nothing on gameplay, nothing on gameplay. July development update. Can I see if there's anybody playing Ashes of Creation? Okay, we got somebody playing the game live. Okay, so
for the first week or two, most days will probably have some form of a downtime, at least to start. This while they get everything all all implemented in a good spot. A burbone. Burbones are pretty good crafting materials, right? Can't you make like a lot of shit with those? I feel as though you can.
This is like Diablo, man.
Looking,
I know,
like
like World of Warcraft,
something.
but in a different way.
41, 37, 28, 21, 23. So
I like the fact that they've got this kind of combat.
in the lead of what we need it to be. They said they'll bring it back sooner if they complete what they want. Bet around 3 hours of downtime.
I don't know what you guys think of
Every
this.
time somebody says they'd bet on less downtime, it's more downtime. I'm just saying. There's always more downtime. But I'm hoping that it's a nice smooth fix.
It's a new game.
I will absolutely be getting a little bit of sleep.
Okay, I won't call it a new game. It's just one of those games that's been around. It's been in development for a while. By the way, if you're going back there, I added my version of Ruben Amorim's tactic to your Dropbox. Huh? To my Dropbox. To my Dropbox. Ruben Amorim's tactic. Let's see. Oh, let's go Discord. Oh, here. This one. 3421. Okay, let's go have a look, man. Download. All right. E. Copy. Okay, let's go. Load. This one, 3421 defense. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. Going back in a backfire, AP, DLF, EIF. It could be, yeah, all right. A bit defensive, I think. Yeah, quite defensive with this tactic. Yeah, that's how I see it. I see the tactic as being quite defensive. I think the question at the end of the day is, does Amorim always defend with a flat 5 at the back when the ball is in his third? Or those wingbacks actually come up much earlier and engage the opponent? So for me, I think that's why you have to pay attention to when they're defending. Well, let's see if we can see anything on Twitter, on Twitch, or Twitter, right? United defending. Let's see. Sometimes they have images. I don't know whether you can find. The only player that draws. The only ones who right now are those who track back and defend after losing the ball. See, they don't actually come back in a 5, huh? They're not a black 5. They're not a flat back 5. But I don't think this is his first game 7 years. That's a long time ago. See, United, right? Look at that. You see this? This clearly tells me the setup that they do. You see this? 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, and then the 5 here. So they actually don't play with a flat 5, no? Like the way you done it. That is not United. No? United is more like a. United definitely doesn't play a flat 5. So I know sometimes I like to go in and just take a look at some of their games. Like Manchester United. See how many we can find. Gotta look for an actual clip. I remember sometimes you can see clearly from there's some with and without ball screens that they have. Yeah, me fine. Yeah, they don't go flat five. They don't go flat five when they're defending as well. So it's three first. Three guys get back. Yeah. When they were under siege, it's like 5-4-1 or a 4. Never mind. Yeah, it's okay. I say it's everybody will have different interpretations. I'm not trying to disagree with your interpretation. We'll see how this works. Because this will defend as a 5-4-1. If that is your goal. If that's your goal, that it will defend as a 5-1. The other option, of course, is to play them as a. This it is much better to do this than to play with a back 5, FYI. Or back 5 system. The other one I've been trying to tell people to play Football Manager, right? You'll be surprised, It's because some of his build-up patterns from Amorim have actually been 4-2-2-2-2. Because these two guys are in the center when the goalkeeper has the ball. So I go, why don't you do 4-2-2-2, but the defender is a libero. Then you get a 3. Then you get a 5. But this can work. Looking at the tactic itself. So you get your 5 in attack, right? And your 5 defending. So if you look at this, right? It's better to play a back 5 currently on Football Manager like this instead of a back 3. Because somehow or another is a bit more stable. He go up the pitch. But you see, he's having to pass that's the thing right now. Okay, he's passed the ball. So let's try and get this out. I think we're gonna go wing back on attack instead. Okay, we gotta get them both to be a wing backs on attack. So this guy is we get whip crosses not your friend, so go mix. Excuse me. Okay, let's just change that. So we get these guys to both be on attack duty. All right, the ball winning midfielder AP on support. I guess that's your Bruno Fernandes. The thing is that the issue is our friend has played 3-4-2-1. So the manager in question, right? The way I see him, right, is he does it like this. His formation is like this. This is his basic formation. We get like, okay, I will get like AM on attack. AM on attack. And then he's got this DLF on attack. DLF on attack. Whatever you're going to put here. Okay, so you got like, you can even have a shadow striker. But you get his wing backs move on. He still got his 2 because drops back into a 5. And then this guy is the one that's moving out. So roaming playmaker. So he goes up and this guy is the anchor. This guy is like a DM on the defense. And then the wing back is one of these wing backs. So this is how I see United most of the time. So they can they can go into the channels here. Move into channels. So they move ting 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 like this. So these guys can go ting 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 this way. Yeah. All right. So like this, it can work as well. So this is United at the moment, the way I see it. Yours can also work, but the problem is this role then, right? AP, I would probably give him a roaming playmaker role. Change it like this, and then this guy can be a DM or defense. Ball winning midfielder just means high up pitcher. Yeah, so if you want to, like, you can do the 3-4-2-1 because right now the 5-2-2-1 is definitely stronger than it's a stronger tactic. The most strongest back five is the 5-2-2-1. But if you wanted to do it this way, then I would just. I'm not saying it doesn't work. I'm giving another option. I'll play this role as a roaming playmaker instead of an AP, so that you get the guy working up the pitch with the wingback instead of pushing up without him. Because APs are just an AP could be a problem. That's all I'm saying. I think a roaming playmaker would be better. Anyway, he's not going to roam like to the other side of the pitch and to China. He's just going to be in that zone roaming away. And you can still get your back five set up, and then you just run through the middle. The roaming playmaker, will go up the pitch, and so you can do it like this. And then there's another psychotic setup. This is the second option, right? There's one psychotic one, which is I don't know if I have it here. There's one setup. A lot of people disagree with me, but the moment I saw one of the games last season, I saw him playing the game, and I was quite impressed with what United were doing. It was just the build out. Only in the build out it looked like that, but it was a crazy setup. And every United fan I know is probably going to disagree with me with this. I don't care. I saw it and I was like thinking, man. And then I read one article from another. This article was from a guy that I respect. He's with the Guardian. So he was actually saying the same thing I was saying, which was quite unbelievable. The two of us both agreeing. But it was like this again. So I don't know. This could work, but it's a bit crazy this setup. So we go maybe AP, and then we add the move into channels. Okay, so this is way out in left field. Okay, we got a lot of players not playing the right positions, but I'm not going to bother. But the build-up pattern is going to be a back three again. So you're going to be a back three, but they drop into a 4. And then when they defend, they club you up. Because there was one game I saw where United were lined up in a box with Amorim. They were lined up as a box. It was only one game. So he had the same build-up patterns. Okay, he had his players coming back to defend. He had the players covering the defensive areas. But it's just it's one option. I'm not suggesting you do it. It's just a crazy setup. But here with yours, nothing wrong with this one. I don't know who's gone where now. Hove is here, I think. Christiansen, I don't know who you are. I think these are the guys. So, I mean, Sharawi should be up there. Dybala should be there. And then Lukaku can stay up there. Why with you? I just leave it, like this. But I will give this a roaming playmaker role. So he goes up together with the rest of the tactic. Wingbacks are fine. If Versailles, yeah. It can work. It's a more... it's a bit more defensive, but yeah, it can work. But you will get your 5-4-1 shape guaranteed with this one. Yeah. Okay, you'll definitely get a 5-4-1 shape. You don't have to worry. Because the problem with Football Manager is we can't get the defensive shape that we want most of the time. So if your goal is the 5-4-1 shape, play this. This will give you a 5-4-1 shape. The other alternative is to play like the 3-4-2-1, which can also give you that 5-4-1 shape, but isn't always so clean. But here, the only time this 5-4-1 shape comes in is when you're in your third. Yeah, you can. But my suggestion would be to experiment. See what works for you. Because I would play like for me, this formation is still the strongest. Not this, this is the insane one. Okay, so I will put this guys in here. Put this guy here. This is still quite strong. This is how I see Amorim setting up his tactics in real life. But basically, it's this kind of a shape. That's what he's doing. So these are your Amorim's two wide players that go into the channel, right? So yeah, you have to move into channels here. So they sometimes go here, and this is the wing back that attacks, and this guy will end up wide, right? And then you could push one guy from here, which is how he wants his midfielders to work. That's the reason why United struggle right now, because their midfielders are not hardworking enough. according to our man. So yeah, and his tactics demand that his players do a lot of tracking. Yeah. So if you get this, yeah, you get this guy moving up, then this guy is gonna shift to the right. Then you still get your 5. Like you get a 5-4. You get like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then you get a 4. But these guys will help the flanks. Also possible. 5, 4, 2, 1. This is the rock solid, the best back 5 system in the game. A country mile. No other back 5 beats this. This is the back 5 strong tag. And I haven't even bothered with the rolls properly. Just go like cautious or balance. So you can, I mean, if I were you, you have these players, right? Then you can actually play something like, if you have the players, why would you not have option A and option B, right? So that could be one of the other options as well. So you could play both of them interchangeably in the same game. Because then your same guys will go up the pitch. So maybe it's in the Champions League, you've taken the lead and you want to play defensively, you can just drop to this, man. So you definitely have plenty of options. So yeah. Bruno's 81% pass completion rate is murdering United in real life. I think United's problem, also has got to do with the missing defensive midfielder. I think that I can see what Amorim is trying to do with his team, but it's just going to take a while before they can all come to terms with the system. It's not going to happen overnight. It's going to take some time for that United team to start gelling and being one unit, singing one song for their manager. Instead of discordant harmonies that we are here, I see sometimes. Right? Look, Romy playmaker, ball winning midfielder inside for the left can wing back. Yeah, why not? Possible. I think can work. It's a bit defensive. Yeah, so my suggestion would be, some of the time you think to yourself, okay, I want to do this, then I get this guy to float a bit like a butterfly. Get this guy up here holding up the ball. We can do an underlap. Widest players holding up the ball, looking for inside run. So the widest players are always looking for anybody who's going to be making an inside run. Stop crosses, not really necessary. I wouldn't do this. Stop crosses just means defending a bit wider. That's all. So it makes your defensive bit wider. Yeah. So, and then no libero. I mean, you could like one of these days decide, for some for good measure, like you wanna go libero, you can. I have liberos in my tactics, so I'm a huge libero fan. You can do that and then go in. Your tactic and is interchangeable. This tactic, yeah, and this guy, so many things you can do. So Shadow Strike. Okay, this is hands down the best, like the best setup, in Football Manager, because it just destroys teams defensively because they can't build up from the back and they can't keep the ball in the final third, right? So it's very solid defensively, and then you could use this tactic and then swap to this tactic when you need to. Boom, both can work. Yeah. Now it's too much panic. No, I think right now, for United, I think they should calm down a bit. Yeah, I think they're getting into the goal scoring positions. I mean, look at last week. I mean, I saw them play. There are so many goal scoring opportunities in the first 10 minutes of the game alone. And I was thinking to myself, if they slowed the tempo down just a bit, right? And not snatch at every single chance that they get, they probably would have won the game. I mean, nothing epitomized it more than Bruno Fernandes's penalty. It was just waiting to be missed. No? So I think United have what it takes to do well this season. And they just have to sort it out, I guess, between themselves and not panic and not rush. Saw too much of that over the weekend. But your tactic, look at it, it's fine. We made a roaming playmaker change, it's fine. Didn't even take anybody on, off, whatever. But you could interchange with both the setups. Yeah. Because we didn't really give the opposition a chance to build up play. But you have to expect one thing, this tactic, right? If you play the 3-4-2-1, the way I designed it just now, you could force the opposition into situations where they are they are struggling to you force them into a situation where they can't build up play from the back. So that is going to be the main thing. So if I were you, I would try it out. No, I'm not suggesting one is better than the other. I'm suggesting go out there and try it out, and you will see what I mean eventually when you look at a 5-2-1 play against most formations. It is a good formation. Shouldn't be taken. It shouldn't be shelved simply because it's a back five. It's got a lot of potential, that tactic. So I would use it, especially if I was a United fan. I'll be looking at a 5-2-1 seriously and going from there. All right, guys, there's been quite a few tactics that we did today. We had a nice, healthy stream. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We will be back tomorrow with more of the little adventure in Hungary, I guess. Yeah, we want to go to Hungary. We definitely want to go to Hungary. We want to have fun in Hungary. We want to check out our little boys there and make sure that they are doing well. So I want to thank everybody for coming into this stream. And I want to thank all the support that we've been getting in the last couple of weeks. You guys make sure to check me out on other channels that we are streaming. We are going to be doing a bit more on YouTube in the next couple of weeks. I'm just getting a lot of things sorted first. So I thank everybody for coming in. You guys are fantastic. Please stay safe. Take care of yourselves. I shall see you tomorrow.